Check.
Wait. Hello?
Now. You just don't. Okay.
What do I?
I just like to drive fast.
Yeah, the car ran really good. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, give me a good side, please.
I have an underbite, so.
I'll edit it out.
Man, Gunny must have got some veneers or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like that app on Snapchat where like
Changes your face, yeah.
bug-eyed, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're live.
All right.
Oh, boy, here we go.
In the year of our Lord 2019, is it? No.
Sure, I don't know.
I'm Brett Tate, and I'm here to talk religion, politics, and leadership. So I went to Buffalo Trace.
Where's my camera? Is it over there?
Okay.
Do I just stare at it the whole time?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I answer all the questions. So I went to Buffalo Trace earlier last year.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to Buffalo Trace. And we had a few of the Afghan guys, some of the PJs and everything. So some of the dudes that were on ground, Air Force guys, we went and tested 6 barrels. And
That's rad.
they sent us a few of these. So it's got our logo and their logo. So
That's sick.
I'm going to leave it here with you.
I really appreciate that.
No, pay me afterwards. No, I'm just playing. I'm going to leave it here with you. We accidentally opened it.
No
before this.
worries.
Definitely an accident.
Yeah.
Wasn't my fault.
Right before the workout. But if you don't mind, would you guys
Wanna do
indulge a snort of whiskey with me?
Absolutely.
Don't miss.
Not to make y'all self-conscious, but both of y'all have your headphones on backwards. So I don't know if it really matters, but just flip it around.
So
Okay.
as a leader, I do that on purpose to make sure that you guys are checking me, right?
Yeah, that's what field day's for, right?
You
To
know
make
what I'm
sure
saying?
they're paying attention to the battlefield.
We apparently miss out on PCCs, so.
Couldn't have said that off camera.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
Jeez.
I get the vibe here. All right.
Yeah, you guys can sip it, shoot it, do whatever you want. I like to sip. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably no, I'll be a gentleman like my
You do what you want, buddy.
brother-in-law taught me.
This guy smells it first.
Yeah,
What a classy
I
broad.
have sifters at my house in Texas because I'm fancy Nancy.
And you got to get the nose in, right? And if you want to warm the whiskey up,
Hold it in your palm. Yeah.
Oh,
and you just
Palm it.
sway it.
Yeah, nice little palm.
That's why a lot of the glasses are like U-shaped.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Scotch drinker, so
do you like real peaty scotch?
no.
No,
I
don't.
I'm the quite opposite of that. So I hope you enjoy this. This was all picked by Afghan, right?
That's delicious.
And I'm not a bourbon guy.
I kind of just became a bourbon whiskey.
Have you?
And
Connoisseur.
this is kind of my go-to, kind of a nod. I give this as gifts to
Jefferson's pretty good.
yeah, but it's Jefferson, one of our presidents, and then it was aged at the sea. It's got this whole story, and I gave it to one of my doctors. That was an Army dude, as a transferred over Navy guy, and so that's kind of, if y'all want to try some of that. I didn't buy 2 bottles. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Give it to him. Are we doing the thing? Okay.
Cheers.
That's good.
That's delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you do the whiskey tasting and the barrel of whiskey, you pop the thing out. It's called tapping the bunghole. And that was my job.
Nice.
And I am
checks
a
out.
professional bunghole tapper.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to throw this at the beginning of the podcast, but I just want to let you guys know who you're dealing with, really.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So, yeah, if you don't mind, we'll do introductions.
Yeah, so we're live. I really don't. I let everyone introduce themselves. I don't put anybody's rank out there or anybody's first or last name. If you want me to go back and cut some stuff out, like if you drop someone's name, I can easily take that out.
Right.
I can, if you have a little bit of a, explicative thing, I can just black the screen for a couple seconds and we can get anything out of there y'all don't need. So if y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Brett Tate. So I was Pale Rider 7, right? Fox Company.
Oh, we got to put those on now.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why you had them off. 6105 afterwards. It's all good.
Wow. There we go. Just like this.
So I was the ops chief, a.k.a. the company gunny for Fox Company during the last deployment in 2-1. And then brought one of the then squad leaders with me because I have the ADHD, and he's going to kind of like pineapple, right? And keep me on course, and as well as like talk about the whole withdrawal. If you don't mind, I'm really happy that I asked him to.
Yeah. No, this is perfect. The only person I know that I think you're peers and friends with is Troy.
Yeah.
And he's off at school, so
doing bigger and better things.
Yeah. So I didn't really have anybody to bring on with you, and so I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, dude.
I'm glad you could be a part of this. This is cool.
Definitely pretty awesome. Brett gave me a call the other day, and he was like, "Hey, man, you want to do some weird stuff?" And I was like, "All right, do I need a gun? What are we doing?"
Yeah.
And he told me about this, so pretty awesome experience. I'm Justin. Hung out with the homie over here, did some weird stuff. Just excited to be here, honestly. So.
That's cool. So right off the bat, to go off script, I see a 17 Suicide Charlie tattoo.
Yeah, we were actually just talking
I
about
thought you
that.
might like
Yeah.
that.
I'm Baker.
Yeah, I recognize your truck.
What's that?
I didn't recognize you. I recognized your truck.
My truck.
Have you had that Tacoma for a while?
No, I got that pretty recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
never
one
mind.
out at Pizza Port just like it. If you ever go to
Maybe,
Pizza Port in San Clemente, I tried to buy that from the guy, but
The years you were in 1-7.
what's that?
The years you were in 1-7.
After SOI 2010 to 13.
Okay. So
Okay, so you left before I got there, but you look really familiar, and I don't know why, but it happens.
Yeah, I had plenty of buddies in Suicide Charlie. So
Yeah.
you didn't live down the street like a few weeks
down
ago
around the curve. Yeah.
So do you have a Land Cruiser?
Yeah, variation of it, yes.
Yeah, I drive a Lexus. I mean, you drive like a Lexus variant. Yeah. Do you know Parker, the Corman?
Yeah, he's my good friend. He's my corpsman.
Okay,
my squad.
that's why. So
Yeah.
I didn't know you used to live down the street.
Oh, dude, did you come by? You were walking by, and me and Parker were messing with his Jeep. Yeah. Okay.
That's
there we
why
go.
you recognize my truck.
I
There
know
we
you
go,
from the
yeah.
parking lot.
From the
That's
parking
where
lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay, there we go.
You moved, right?
Yeah, down to the other housing down there.
Down by the beach.
Yep.
Is it?
Dude.
It's a little too. I used to live in the ghetto across the street from.
Yeah.
that
No.
neighborhood. And
no.
the cars driving by with their motorcycles and their dualies and their everything going on, the ambulances, and we were pretty close to the street.
Yeah, it's loud all the time.
As soon as I regained my rank, I was like, let's go.
Bye.
I don't
Yeah.
care what's in this neighborhood over here.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
I couldn't
Put me
handle
on the
that.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to go to work at 3:30 in the morning? Do you have to start your Harley at 2?
Yeah.
Do you need some help tuning it up, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Rev it one more time, please.
and I get it, dude. Loud pipes save lives, right? In splitting lanes, right? Because I used to have a Harley. But God, I can only imagine being in the neighborhood and being like, all right, time to go to work. It reminds me of like the South Park episode, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
shit.
And I think it gives kind of a better definition, but they're just fags, man. Like
Whoa.
it just pisses me off.
Yep,
like
agreed.
it's like, dude, it's nothing to do with sexual orientation. Like,
Right.
You guys are fags.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's straight up, dude. Like, it just sucks, and that's why I don't think own one again. Just so I was test driving one in 2012, and I think this is the reason why I think I'll never own one again. I was driving one in 2012, and I was cruising down the street at my we were renting a house, and this old dude was going to his mailbox, and I was just like, and he ducks and covers, dude, and I was like,
Oh shit.
I just triggered the Vietnam vet. Oh,
dog,
fuck.
like I felt horrible,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh my God, because I've been in his situations where you're like loud noises, you know, and I was just like, okay, no, I won't do that.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it from that perspective until then. I was test driving one of my neighbors, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
But
Next
yeah.
time.
I traded in the the crotch rocket for a 1994 Toyota pickup truck. Like
That's 100% a win.
I have a seatbelt and somewhat of a roll cage over my head, you know.
Fine.
And when I gave up the crotch rocket a while ago, and then I started finding, you know, I learned how to drive manual transmissions after learning how to do a bike.
There you go.
And it was kind of related, unrelated. It was just old people pulling out in front of me. And I'm doing everything right, and I almost get diced up by some old lady that can literally barely see over the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And like I had some involvement with you know, people I cared about, you know, a lady with some kids of her own, and I just felt really attached, and like, you know, that kind of stink if I, you know, got put under.
For sure, dude.
Yep.
For something like that, you know, like something just not worth it, you know.
And a lot of, hate to get sad with it, but I know a lot of dudes in the Marine Corps, they just did everything right, and then like
that was it. So and that's why, you know, so I just had a son. I'm still on my 12 weeks baby leave, and I named.
That's insane.
Oh my god,
I got 14 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got 10, bro.
I got 10 for my daughter.
Yep.
Then I think a few weeks later they bumped it up to 14. Then I think a few months later they bumped it up to 21.
Well,
and then Congress votes
no
12 weeks.
Yeah, that was
and
bad.
Dude, I was like the dude in Goodfellas, right? When he's in the shower when Jimmy robs the bank, and I was like, Jimmy, dude, I was slapping the wall, and I'm like, 12 weeks, dude.
That's crazy.
And dude, like any birth complications, right? C-section, whatever. My wife kind of struggled with postpartum depression after our first one, and I think it has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And just the mental health of you're number one, right? Because the kids aren't number one. Let's be honest. They're up there, but your number one should be the wife, right? Or your spouse.
Yeah.
So I think that's been, you know, here, take one, I'll take the other, right?
Yeah.
Our daughter's about 3.5, so.
Share the weight a little bit.
And she has the ADHD like me. So,
oh God.
So
Prepare
that
yourself,
12
world.
weeks, you know, like
We're all wrecked.
But I just had, you know, we just gave birth to the son, and
Congratulations,
thank
by
you.
the way. That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much. February 8th.
Thanks for letting me meet it. You know, that's great. Thanks. Sick invite.
Anytime, dude. So I named him. His name is Calvin, right? And it's after one of my buddies who I was in 2-5 with, and I'll go into this early, or later here, but named him Calvin. Calvin owned Bastards, because he was with 2-4 in the very beginning. Then he came out, jumped ship, and went to 2-5 with us in 2008. Really great guy. He, you know, same thing. So he opened Bastards up in Downey, California. They recently just opened one in Temecula, which it's a phenomenal place. Well, I was with him from the beginning, him opening that spot up, and I used to hang with him all the time. And one of his buddies who was KIA during Iraq, his mom gave him his motorcycle.
Okay.
Dude's driving it home one night after work. Elderly lady pulls out.
Yeah.
T-bone. He dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just like that, like you said, like you can do everything, but so you know, I understand that to the fullest, but
that stinks. They're fun. That's another thing that stinks about them too.
Right.
It's like I get it. I had a good buddy of mine back in the day in 1-7, Sosa. He was crotch rockets, and then one of the dudes in the squad bay is like, I'm going to get a crotch rocket, but I'm not going to drive fast. And then he just kind of almost like puts his hand on his chest. He's like, you're gonna buy a Ferrari, bro.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna drive fast.
And you're not gonna
And
go
he's
over
like,
35.
whoa. He's like, well, you have a Ferrari eater. You can dust a Ferrari easily in the right crotch rocket.
Yeah.
He's like, and you're not gonna drive fast. You're not telling yourself the truth right now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, oh damn, that's a really good point.
Okay, yeah, you're right, because I'm 18 and
Yeah.
a half years old,
Yeah.
and I've never been put into perspective like that. Okay, yeah.
It's I'm a little bit older. I'm 34, and I remember being talked to by my dad and by, you know, sergeants and all these different people, and just like, they don't know shit. And then like as I go, I'm like, oh,
That makes sense.
that makes
And that's the same thing. Like I see it with. I keep messing with my mic.
No, it's all good.
I know, dude. He has ADHD. I can't even tell.
I mean, that's crazy.
that's the same thing I do. It's like, and I'll tell the Marines nowadays, I'm like, dude, I'm saying this. You're not going to realize it. You're not going. It's not going to click 5 years down the road. Either you're still in or at home. You're like, that's why he did that.
Yeah.
So, yep. Don't buy motorcycles. Just don't do it, dude.
45% financing. Like, how could I go wrong? You know?
I could buy one with $2 and be fine.
I'm going to get a charger tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
We get a
man, dude.
Buy a charger and a crotch rocket in the same day.
Yeah.
Why not, dude?
Yeah,
they got that military discount.
Yeah.
E1. I remember outside 29 Palms, E1 financing.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, whoa, danger.
Yeah.
Insert meme of the guy on the bus from The Simpsons.
Yep. Yeah. For here, it used to be 500 motors. And they'd see that high and tight, and they're like, oh, hey, 26% interest rate? Let me talk to you, boy.
How much money you got in your wallet? Oh, $3? All right, yeah, down payment.
And
good.
they do that with laptops and anything.
Yeah.
Now it's gamers, right?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, let me get you. Here you go. Here's
well,
quick low rate of 15% interest rate, dude. Like, don't worry for 19 years.
well, I'm not joking. There was a dude I worked with in the ER. He was a E3, I think, corpsman, and he had some sort of little Jeep thing, brand new. He had 45% financing, and I was
sorry, we're playing footsie.
I was like, are you? Because I had never financed a car.
Are you okay?
Yeah, right. I never financed a car, and I was asking one of my buddies, like, hey, what's good?
Mm-hmm.
Toyota's offering me 0%. Is that good? He's like, that you won. That's free money essentially, so long as you afford the note.
Yeah.
And I didn't think 45% financing was real. But
and it's sad. Yeah, you don't. It's sad because they take advantage. They know I'm from a little spot in bumfuck whereverville.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper is my local doctor.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I've never been outside the house. I've never done anything.
Yep.
And they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you because they want the sale, dude. A salesman is a salesman, dude. Like,
you can't blame them.
No, because I used to sell that stuff, dude. Like DirecTV. All you gotta do right now. I think I was like 15 when I got the job, and you put on the headset. You put on the headset, and no, this was legit. You put on the headset, and you have to read the person that picks up. Hello, ma'am. You would like the home and garden, right? You want to upgrade.
Yeah.
And you upgrade them to DirecTV, and then you don't see in the background the guy, the manager who's walking the floors, dictating your sales. Like, all right, and then what is this thing? You get income off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, same thing, same but different.
Are y'all SOI West or East?
West. Yep.
When did y'all come in?
Okay, so
when the dinosaurs were around.
Right.
Did you want me to go through like a little bit of history?
Yeah, well, I was going to segue. Sorry, I kind of made that segue a little. My brother came in 2000.
Okay.
SOI West, and there was like a scam with instructors and some sort of car salesman out in town.
Oh,
and
God.
he was like bussing dudes in to get this.
Go buy cars?
Yeah. And then
geez.
shit came down from the top and they got everybody out. This dude got NJP'd, all this stuff. So
Jeez.
I was just wondering, we can bounce around, but I kind of have a script right here. We can go off of it, but
it was probably like 500 hours. And the only reason we're sweaty, not because we were watching comps, is because we just did a little workout.
yeah.
Nothing crazy. Just some kettlebell workout. I keep playing footsie with you. So
He says workout, but then he keeps touching my foot. So
yeah. Whatever. Maybe I go into like a little bit of growing up before the Marine Corps. Is that,
where are you from?
Okay? I am from West Lafayette, Indiana.
Okay.
Home of Purdue country, right?
Where is that? I only know Indiana in regards to Kentucky. Where is that on?
So I lived in Kentucky as well. So I believe they pronounce it
Louisville.
Louisville?
Yeah.
Glad you picked up.
Yeah. My mother's from Louisville.
Okay.
what?
Louisville. Yeah, right? You're like, what the? So I'm about an hour north of Indianapolis.
Okay.
In Indiana. So born, raised there. I spent about, I think like 16 years there.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a crazy, early years of childhood were awesome, right? Up until I was probably like 8.
Mm-hmm.
My mom got diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And then the following year, I'd never seen my parents fight, right? And the reason why I talk about this stuff is, one, because I can talk about it. I've done multiple times with my therapist and just life, right? But like, even if someone else is going through this stuff, right? So mom gets diagnosed. A year later, I'd never seen my parents fight, right? Throughout my whole childhood. We had a great place, huge house, all one story, had a pool. I walk in the living room, and they're screaming. You know, I'm attracted to the yelling, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So I walk out, and there's my mom yelling at my dad, dumping motor oil on his clothes that he's carrying out. And I'm just
Whoa.
And I'm 9, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Huh?
And she follows him out to the car. He comes back and sits me down on the couch. I can't make eye contact with this dude, right? This is Pops, right? And, well, you know, initially I made eye contact with him, and he's like, son, you're the man of the house. And like, that's where I just like drew my attention to the ground. I was like, he's like, I'm out of here, you know, and that was it. He left. He quit paying mortgage on the house for 6 months, quit paying our BMW for 6 months. So 2 weeks later, I got an old couple in this gold Cadillac that pulled up, right? And if we only had cameras back then, right? I wish I could pull this feed. So these old people roll up to the door. They, you know, ... Hey, we need to talk to the adult of the house. And I'm like, so I'm in jeans, no shirt, dude, right? A whole like 35 pounds soaking wet, dude.
Yeah. Can you pull this a little bit closer?
Is that good?
You're good.
All right. So I'm like 35 pounds wet, dude. And I'm like, I'm the man of the house. What do you guys need?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, honey, that's cute, right? Like, can you go get your mom or dad? And I was like, I'm the man of the house. What do you need? And they were like, they look at each other, and they're like, huh, okay. You have 2 weeks until the bank takes over the house and then the car. And, dude, I went full psycho on these. So I chased them out to their Cadillac, scream at them, who the fuck do you think you are, blah, 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 blah. And in my driveway was gravel, and I remember picking up handfuls of gravel and throwing them, and it just sprinkling off the Cadillac. And I wish I had video of that, not because I'd be in charge, charged with something, but I thought it was funny that these two elderly people got chased away by a 9-year-old, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I go back in the house and
got a rabid kid in the front lawn.
Dude, just foaming at the mouth. Like,
that's gonna be the little one y'all saw outside. He's wild.
Dude.
Good.
Oh, so we leave that place, pack up all our stuff. I had 3 half-sisters at the time. 2 of them didn't live with us. One of them did at the time. She left and moved to South Carolina. So it was just mom and I, you know, like me and my mom, and we were like, I was a mama's boy for sure. And then we left, we slept in, we found a free place, like a farmhouse, lived there for a few months, blah, 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 blah. And then ended up, my grandpa died. So all her family, right? So my grandpa died in 2000, grandma in 2001, and then mom in 2002. Oh, wow. So I was just sitting there, dude, like one thing after the other, like, what's next?
So how old were you when your mom passed?
12, 13.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
She fought cancer for like 4 or 5 years, stage 4. So in my eyes, she's invincible, right?
Yeah.
I think when my grandpa died, that's when we moved into my grandmother's house. Mm-hmm. And, you know, there's no income, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I started selling Skittles, right? And I'm at a young age, dude. Yeah. So I start running with the street crews. not going to too much school. I think that's how it's pronounced. School?
Scoot.
Okay.
Skoo.
All right.
Why aren't you going to school, boy?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
So I started running with the street crews and just selling Skittles to make ends meet.
Is Skittles a literal thing, or is that a street thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know at
Very
this
well.
point. We'll leave it to open
Yeah.
to interpretation.
Let's go with Skittles.
If you guys know where I can get some Skittles.
Hey, nah, man.
Oh,
So the first time I was put in handcuffs, I'll go with that, for selling Skittles. 14 years old. So 14 years old. So my mom died when I was 16.
Okay,
I think I said 12
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
but no. Because I remember she came and picked me up. I'm put in handcuffs. They found marijuana on me,
Skittles.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, obviously.
The
I
first,
think all things have cleared by
you know,
that statute.
the first time I experimented with marijuana, because there's 3 times
Yes.
on my service record. So
Yes.
that was the first time I ever experimented
There you
with
go.
marijuana cigarettes.
There you go.
Real gross stuff, guys. Gateway for sure.
Terrible.
In order to join the Marine Corps, I had to make that statement because I got caught with like a little a gram of weed, and like, dude, I'm a high school, age. It's like, how many times? And this is basically, if he had a microphone, he'd be like, dude, just say something.
Just number.
Just give me. I'm like 10. He's like, that's a good number.
Right. Dude,
You're like,
right? We were at the time of war. They're like, dude, I'm going to put down 3. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
You're like, 3 times.
You want me to put
Sure.
like 200, 2,000? Like,
What do you want?
What do you want, dude?
Didn't give a. Hey, George Bush is in office, dude. Doesn't care.
Yeah.
So
busy reading books to kids.
don't mess with him. He can't even read.
I'm tracking.
But
So are those kids.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. So I get picked up in handcuffs. Right, first time I experimented with the marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Skittles. And go out my life. Right, I'm dating some chick. We start. We're dating off and on. Well, she dies in 2002.
The chick?
No.
Oh,
My mom. No.
Oh, I was
not the
like,
chick. My
Jeez,
bad.
dude.
god damn.
Calm down.
God, everybody's just dying. Hey, can we get off this podcast?
I need to leave right now.
I need to, this dude. I'm about to die.
I'm going to walk home.
You ever see Final Destination?
Whoa.
So, mom dies. And that's my bet. That's my road dog, dude. And again, 2002. Right. I struggled with it for years, probably like a decade after. So then I go live with my dad in Kentucky with his new wife, the one he left my mom for.
Yeah.
And my mom wasn't a saint, come to find out later, right? But still your mom, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I go live with him, and then I'm like, I can't do this. So I drive back to Indiana. So it's about a 3 to 4 hour drive. I go stay at my buddy's house, and they let me crash on the couch and finish out my sophomore year in high school.
Okay.
Then after that, junior year hits. Halfway through, I was like, I can't do this. I was driving back and forth to Kentucky. I found she was cheating on me with the dude I was staying with.
Nice.
Always a good dude,
Yeah.
Great guy.
Great
Give you
guy.
the shirt off his back.
Yeah.
And take your bitch.
Yeah. So on my way back one time, and my dad was like, hey, I moved in with him. I had this thing about his wife. Like, I just wanted to hit her in the face, with all due respect. And
Respectful.
right.
Respect
Yeah.
Wait,
Like nothing.
open hand?
nothing
or
crazy,
backhand,
dude.
Open hand, what we doing?
You do the pimp?
That pimp hand? Yeah.
I'll leave it to open to interpretation.
Okay.
So I moved with them. She's bitching about how many pieces of ham I put on my fucking my sandwich.
So she just sucks.
Oh yeah. They make me sell my dirt bike, pay rent. They're making me get a job, pay rent.
At what age?
It's probably 17.
And you're not in high school?
I'm in high school. Yeah.
And you're paying rent at your dad's?
Yeah.
Yikes.
So
Very
I
nice.
drive back to Indiana one time. Surprise, my girlfriend, right? Well, she's with this other dude. And her and I have been dating since 4th grade, homie, like off and on. She's been with me through like the toughest times. So I find out they've been sleeping together. In on this podcast, I won't say any names, right? You know who you are.
I still remember.
Don't say her name, but you can definitely send her a link to the video.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I plan to do. Yeah.
There you go.
So
You fucked me up.
so I buy this handgun.
Okay.
Okay.
Candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
There we
I
go.
buy this handgun.
Toasters.
I got charged with this. I can say it, whatever.
All right.
So I buy this handgun. The
tried.
serial numbers are scratched off.
The best.
The
best
second time
handguns.
I was experimenting with marijuana cigarettes was when we were driving in Indiana, snow on the road. We got 2 blunts passing around this Durango.
Okay.
Windows are up.
Okay.
I'm 17. I have a loaded handgun. All I was going to do was just go fire a few shots at his house. Okay. Nothing crazy. I didn't mean to hit anybody. You know, like,
I think, I don't know if you're being serious. I don't think you're, I think you are making a little bit of a joke, but I don't think that is too crazy, but I think to the normal populace, that's insane.
Yeah.
it might be.
They don't know him yet.
It might
They'll
be.
learn.
Right? You know,
Keep watching.
So, if you got to blurt anything out, like,
No, that's fine. But like, I've found it throughout my life. I don't think I've done much in the military, but if I start talking to a civilian, they're just like,
oh, God.
yeah.
So, and that's why, like, I could go on Oprah. I feel like I could go on Oprah and she'd be like,
yeah, but you came to the Security Clearance podcast first.
Yeah.
no big deal.
What you got, Oprah?
Yeah.
You got
Oprah
nothing.
ain't got shit.
You got.
on
Wait,
us.
hold on. Let me check my chair.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
free shit.
Yeah.
Damn, there's a car under there.
Oh,
There
my
you
God. You get a new rank.
Yeah. Please God no.
You get gunny. You get gunny. So these were my intentions. And again, dude, like, I'm 17, man. Like, we were experimenting with marijuana for the second time, like I said.
You hopped up on dope.
I'm hopped
Yeah.
up on all that dope.
Yeah.
All I was going to do is fire a few rounds at it. And sure enough, we get pulled over. Cop pulls my gun out. I say, hey, yep, that's mine. They say, well, in the great state of Indiana, at 17 years old, you're tried as an adult. And I said,
Wah, wah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Excuse
And
me.
the series Oz
Mhm.
had just came out,
Oof.
right? Oz. And I want you guys to look this up on the local YouTube, right? Oz just came out.
Web.
Yeah.
And there was a dude in a wheelchair in Oz, right? And everybody pretty much just got raped.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that word, raped in prison. It was a gangbang rape show. And I was an avid watcher. That and The Shield, I think, back then.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was like one of the first shows that kind of like broke into the like homosexual,
Right?
And like people were just watching it like completely.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember being young, very young, was like that's gay. My brother's like, well, you don't understand like good television.
These are prison rules,
Yeah, and
little brother.
yeah, that
I
was
told
a-
you that's why I got top bunk.
Yeah. that was an interesting show. A little hard to watch even till this day.
Yeah. So
Well, I've never seen it, and from what you guys described, probably not gonna watch it.
YouTube it afterwards. Just YouTube some clips.
It's rough.
Oh, dude.
right.
So those were my TV shows back then. Was that and The Shield. So they take me to jail,
And,
and
you're like, oh boy.
bro, I'm like, see you later.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
The cop promises me no. And I'm not lying anything up to this point, right? Fact check anything. You'll know when I'm lying when I start laughing a lot. All right. So the cop says you'll get your own room, you get your own cell.
Nice.
Blah 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 blah. Right. So I check in, and I get a thin mat and a wool blanket. Right. Kind of like the Marine Corps. I don't know.
That's
if you
great. It
guys
sounds
ever-
very familiar.
I don't know if you
That's
guys have
weird.
ever been
I
in.
don't know.
But boom, cell door opens. Dude in a wheelchair.
Oh,
Dude pops up, hair wild as shit, blonde, hopped up on meth.
Whoa.
And I walk in and I was like, they were supposed to give me my, and they're like, shut up, get in. And there was a metal bunk bed, a metal toilet, a metal sink. Well, I had to sleep on the ground. And I was like, where's my own cell? So the dude in the wheelchair is like, what are you in for? And I was like, I don't, just, I'm just like protecting my butthole the whole time. Like, I'm like, dude.
Do I sit down?
I guess I just fight. I don't know.
He Spartan kicked the guy in the wheelchair.
Dude, just punch myself and knock myself out.
Yeah.
Take it. He's got it.
Jesus.
No, I don't know if too many people are gonna. Maybe
That's called indoctrination.
yeah. The oorahs out there will get
Mind
that one.
control.
Dude, but like, like you don't, you're 17, dude. Like, So I'm laying on the floor and the dude's like, I'm in for this. Right. And of course, the dude on the top bunk with the wild blonde hair, crystal meth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have said that when he popped out of his bed when I walked in. Well, the dude in the wheelchair was he was waiting to transfer to the prison, right? Because there's a difference between jail and prison.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So he was in prison, right? Or he was in jail and he was waiting because the sentence got,
Yeah.
hey, guess
Got-
what?
Got thumbs
Life.
up.
Hey,
Life.
yeah, you're going away. I
Whoa.
don't remember if it was life, dude.
Yeah.
I might have made that.
I'm
up.
just what's going through my head is like, what did a guy in a wheelchair do?
right. I don't.
Have you guys
Dude, I don't
been
remember.
to Vegas?
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
The old strip?
Not the old strip actually.
Oh, the old strips where to go. Dude.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I do.
The dude.
Oh really?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. Me
But
neither.
no. The only reason I go to the old strip is because fear and loathing, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
But,
Oh, you might. You know that shirt I sent you?
Yeah.
That's showing up. That's based off of Hunter Thompson.
Oh, I know.
Okay. All right.
all right.
All right. Cool.
Why do you think I said I want one? You mean this guy?
Yeah. That dude's cool, man.
He's a great writer, great author.
Yeah.
People are always like, who's that? And I'm like, it's an author. Because whatever.
Your reenlistment, your tattoo, an author. Because
Yes.
I enjoy his books.
I enjoy his books.
They're definitely on the reading list.
Yeah.
Approved
Yes.
by.
Commandant's reading this.
Yeah, there
Yes. But so I get booked. I spend a few weeks in jail, and I'm making collect calls, dude, like to my ex-girlfriend.
you go. Please help me.
New number, who dis?
Yeah.
But that's when we had like cord phones, right?
Yeah, that's when you had your Rolodex in your head.
Yeah.
Right.
A
So
Rolodex
this
is a book of numbers.
right. Yeah. Yes, that you just either had to remember, and it was like this, and I'll explain it to the group. Hey, I'm gonna meet you at the mall later, right? We're
Yeah.
in 7th period.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Bet. See you at the mall later.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't show up, either you dead or you got grounded.
Right.
I will go to the payphone, and I will have a quarter on me like an adult child,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and I will either have a black book on me that's
Yep.
about this big,
Yep.
and I will find your number if you're important to me
Yeah.
and call it, right? Because I make no collect calls because your parents ain't picking that up.
Right.
That is jail. Someone in the family is in jail.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it right there.
Did you ever make the collect call? Hey, I'm at the mall. Come pick me up.
Oh, of course,
And then they're like, declined.
100%.
I learned that from the commercial. Did you ever see that? We had a
No.
baby. It's a boy. And they hang up. They're like, what was that? It was Aaron. He had a baby. It's a boy.
No,
Oh,
but
that's
that
a
makes a lot of sense now.
8 ounce, 9 ounces.
Yeah, right? That makes a lot of sense. But you would do that. You
Yeah.
would do that back then. You'd call, collect, right?
The caller is, hey, it's Blake. Come pick me up.
Yep.
Hey, it's Blake. Come pick me up. Do you want to accept charges? No.
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 Mom hangs
And
up.
Click.
that's how you got. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you got the 1-800. That's how you got the scam. When you couldn't afford a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was too
rough.
busy buying Skittles with quarters.
Whoa.
I think yeah.
yeah, like everybody is. They're delicious.
So
Absolutely.
I believe the term is they're magically delicious.
Yeah. Many different colors, a bunch of
So,
stuff. Yeah.
so
Tricks.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a different type of street thing.
yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it, guys. YouTube it later. The
as
thing
as we corrupt the populace.
I know. The thing I remember in jail were not getting raped. They were very nice to me.
I'll help you
My
fix
two
this thing.
cellmates. Thank God.
Yeah.
but the milk came in packets.
Was it?
That's one
the
thing I
plastic bag?
remember.
The plastic bag?
Plastic
That was my
bag
school
milk.
lunch in high school.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dog, you got served prison food.
Yeah.
Dog, it was
Kill me.
that is one thing I remember. Cause I remember wheelchair dude, right? And I wish I knew the dude's name, right? And he goes,
Hey, wheelchair guy.
I hope he's doing well.
I hope you're still alive, dude, and you're not. This is Death Row Records.
Yeah, there you go.
He goes, you want Snickers? Because I had whittled my way under his rack. I'm gonna use military terms here. Under his rack, and I'm on my mat, and I'm just like, stay awake, dude.
Yeah.
Protect the butthole.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey kid, you want Snickers? And I'm like, absolutely not. What do I got to do
Yeah.
for that? And
Yeah.
he was genuinely like,
Is this a Klondike bar? What are we doing?
he goes, okay, if you want one, I noticed that you've whittled your way under my rack. It's in my white basket. Take it. And I was just like, at like 3 a.m., just like, wish I had a milk packet to wash us down with. But
So you're 17 in jail, right?
yeah,
And how long did you spend there?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, dude. Yeah.
Was there a bail and
Yikes.
people weren't going to pay that bail, or there
Yes.
was not a bail
Yeah.
because it was such a filed off handgun loaded
There was, I
with
don't,
the
I,
mayor?
As
there
he
was-
says, I wasn't going to do anything too wild.
I wasn't going to.
I wasn't going to do anything too
Too
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, too crazy. That's what you said. I think. Yeah.
But,
Sight in on some windows.
Yeah.
not even the windows, dude. The siding, dude. Like, I was lost at that time, guys. Come on. I just lost my mom.
So 2 weeks. No, yeah. But 2 weeks there, and then what do you go to trial?
Yep. So went back down to Kentucky, got my third DUI
At 17?
at 17
Sir,
Shoo.
calm down.
during the trial.
Okay, good.
During the trial.
So we hired a lawyer. My dad paid for it.
Did he add it to your rent?
Probably.
Yeah.
More than likely, dude, I don't remember a lot of things,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure I paid a majority of that, but I had to have.
You know, I was thinking of
With
opening
Skittles
up
money.
I was thinking of opening up accounts payable for both my kids once they're 18
There
to
you
just
go.
be like, hey,
Yep.
you owe me $50,000
No big
for
deal.
for the baby formula, for that
Yep.
pack of, M&Ms I got you though.
All the toys about you never play with. And
Yeah.
you just play with rocks on the street.
You pushed over a plate in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
That was fine china,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
was from China.
$50,000.
Everything in here is
They're
from
like
China.
boots, dude. You're like putting percentages on.
Yeah.
26% interest rate,
26%.
kid.
My dad was so cool, man.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Yeah.
I now know what it's like to do
I'm gonna send
bankrupt.
you. Yeah, I'm gonna send you to collections if you
Dude.
don't pay this.
Collections is mom.
Oh God, right? Oh, you're the mom. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Whoa. Ill-timed.
Anyway,
Bad.
so I do my 2 weeks. I go back to Kentucky. I get picked up for my third DUI. My lawyer from Indiana called me and just cursed me out.
Kind
So
of a
It was justified.
a stewardly thing.
It was
It's
very
like,
justified.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't think I'd live. And to be honest, guys, like I didn't think I'd live to see 16. Saw 16. Didn't think I'd live to see 18.
Mm-hmm.
Not 17. I give myself a few years.
There you go.
Didn't think I'd live to see 18.
Yeah.
Lived to see 18. And I was like, fucking what's next?
Yeah.
I definitely won't see
how
21, right? Join the Marine Corps going to Iraq. I was like,
How
I definitely.
far can I push this?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I was off my rocker and from like a nice neighborhood, nice upbringing to just red star clusters. So justified again.
Quick question though.
Yeah.
What time period? You said 2001?
No. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's see.
Are you?
I always get mixed up, dude. Like I'm horrible with.
I'm right there with you.
Okay. All right.
But I just have a kind of a broad question. 2001, right? Shit's starting to happen. September 11th. Are you starting to be like aware of things like this or no?
Yes.
Yes. You're starting to be like, oh, there's a thing happening.
There's some stuff.
There's some opportunity because my brother joined the Marine Corps in 2000.
Yeah.
In order to see if he could do it. He thought that was a challenge to himself and he went infantry. He had a mentor that was infantry, and then September 11th happened, and he wasn't a bitch, but he was just like, oh shit, like my base is locked down. I'm in a 48-hour deployment period right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason I'm laughing is because I throw myself under the bus so much, right? Like
I think a good person does.
I'm an ass fab waver too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I pulled out my junior year in high school. I pulled out my
a little more.
No, please, it's yours.
Thank you.
Careful, it's dangerous.
Dangerously smooth,
Sorry,
I believe.
Absolutely.
So I had a you know, you get like a calendar during high school. Did you guys have this?
What do you mean by calendar?
You guys are pussies.
I didn't.
No, I'm just playing. So like,
I'm
they
the
give you,
baby of the group here.
They
so.
give you like a calendar. You can write your
Of
classes
the
down,
school year,
and you can buy it. You can buy it. And
Yeah.
It's like a little
I know what
Palm
you're talking
Pilot. So I'm not.
Palm Pilot, iPad.
Yeah.
iPad.
My bad. Yeah. iPad.
I'm not
17.
that young. All right, calm down.
So I opened this. I found it a few years ago. Go through my baby box, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm flipping through the things. September 11th. No shit. Tourists hit the World Trade Center. Dude,
Tourists.
I was like,
Tourists.
God damn it, I'm an idiot. Not even terrorists. Tourists.
Tourists.
Right? Which, I mean, technically,
They were touring
they
and
were
building.
fucking touring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was, I think, a junior or sophomore in high school. So that was like right when that shit was going on. And I annotated it in my school book. Tourists hit the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And I was angry because
Better
I
keep that
remember
thing, dude.
they wheeled, right? And one of the days that I went to school, they wheeled the fucking TV in, the box TV. And they said, boom, put on the news. And there's the smoking, the Twin Towers, right? There's one of them on fire, and then you see the other one hit, and you're like, what the fuck? And it's just a sense of like obligation, anger, all this stuff, right? And yeah, so all that stuff, I felt, I didn't feel obligated to join. I was angry. I think like every other American, right?
Yep.
And I think I was at that age, right? And you know, people that lose their mom later on in life or their parents later on in life, I'm like, I'm glad that happened to you then. Because at my age, I couldn't process things.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Like, it was taking Skittles to forget things, dude.
Yeah. I remember 9/11, and I didn't know it was a big deal. I was that young. I was like 7th grade age, and I was homeschooled at the time. My mom went to Bible study. I'm like sneaking TV in. I'm watching TV. And
like, whoa.
My mom comes back from Bible study, and like I got a book in front of me, I'm like doing my work, and she's like, "Have you watched TV?" I'm like, "Of course not."
Absolutely
like,
not.
And
that's
she like
the tour. That's the thing of the devil.
Yeah, no, not like that. but she like kind of basically like blusters through the house, like pushes me to the side, and like turns the TV on. She's like, "This is a big deal," and I'm like, "I don't." This. And then my dad is glued to the TV for the next whatever days, and I'm like, "Dad, what is this?" And he like explains it. I don't really understand. I don't know how old you are in 7th grade.
And you're how old? 34?
34, yeah.
Okay, and I'm 37. So, I mean, it was a few, you can just see from that age to this age, right? It was just a few years difference.
Yeah.
But you're like, those are our, you know, us remembering those times. Like, and an obligation to do something, but I'm still a sophomore, dude. Like, I still don't know that. I don't know how I can do something. I'm angry though. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, what did you feel during that time?
I didn't know anything, but later on, I was definitely, and I don't think really anything against my parents. I was just misguided. I was into the Skittles.
Sure.
As adolescent, I was trying to be a good football player, but I was smoking weed and girlfriends and this and that, and just not really doing the right thing. And my parents were doing the right thing. I was just a shithead, honestly, influenced by one of my brothers that was. He lost his actual father and some gnarly things with him, and he's the closest to me, and I'm just kind of
you look up to him,
following right in suit.
That is almost like a father figure.
Exactly, and I've made that statement in the past.
Yeah.
Like I was raised by my brothers. I had 4 brothers, 5 brothers and 1 sister. No, 4 brothers including me. So for me, I was just angry.
Yeah,
and I wanted to kill.
Yeah.
honestly. And I saw an opportunity. My brother got that opportunity, even though he didn't want to. And the war was still going. And I got in trouble. And I was like, I need to get it in gear in order to get out of my hometown. It's not a bad place to be. I just didn't want to be a townie.
Right. You wanted to venture out. Dude.
Yeah.
And that's same thing with like my half sister. She the age gap was 6 years. I don't know how old your brother was.
Brother closest to me, he passed, but he was 4 years.
Okay.
And then the brother in the Marine Corps, 8 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one did you look at? Like, which one were you?
I looked up to both.
I'm sure all of them. I'm
Yeah.
sure, you know what I mean?
But the one with the most influence was Steven, and he would take me in his car. He would have things.
And that was
in his
how many
cars.
age?
4 years.
4 years.
So
Okay.
he was, by the time I started going to real school, as I call it, in eighth
Right.
grade, he had graduated 1 year and he was in college doing the,
Okay. So it wasn't too much from us, or from me,
yeah.
because my youngest was 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked to her friends who were all dealing Skittles.
Yeah.
It was the Master P time frame, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. So
Yeah.
E40 was,
Yeah.
these are all dinosaurs we're naming. But those were, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I have to look up to. When you see a dude open his wallet and you see 6 $100 bills.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, you ready? And you're like,
Yep.
I'm ready. You know, like your balls haven't dropped, right?
I'll do anything you tell me to do.
Dude, like,
Yep.
it is, yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah. That was definitely my brother. He's like, that's a pound of weed right there. Like,
Yeah. Let me show you how to get the sticks and seeds out of it.
And he's like, that's, I think he threw like a wad of bills. And he's like, that's $20,000. He's like, how does that feel? I was like, that's cool.
Do you
And
want to
then-
make this?
No, it wasn't like that.
Okay, it
he
wasn't
was
like
this, my brother was I believe, attention strive because he lost his father at like
What happened to him?
freak heart issue, just
Okay.
just stroked out. And so 2 of my brothers had a different last name. The one in the Marine Corps, Kurt, and then Stephen was the one closest to me. And their father died at a young age. And for Kurt, he was the man of the house, and he actually went in a pretty decent trajectory, you know. And then my brother Steven just wound up doing the hood rat thing. And then I remember talking to one of my other brothers, just like, yeah, man, it's all fun and games until you're some skinny white kid in jail for fucking pushing pounds of weed, which is bitch shit.
Can you quit talking about me like this?
No, I'm not
Whoa,
talking
whoa,
about
whoa.
you.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. But it's
With someone in a wheelchair, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, man.
All right, so yeah, let's go back to that. So you're on the way, you get your third DUI,
Yeah.
and then your lawyer, which is kind of a fatherly thing to do, just like, what the fuck are you
fuck, man?
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where does that go from there?
I drove back to Indiana, went in front of the judge, and Judge Mead. That is the only name I'll drop
Mead.
during this time.
I thought you said mead.
Mead.
It's like a mushroom.
Because he had a metal hook for a hand.
What?
Dude,
I think later,
this guy's whole life is, he should be put in a museum.
bro, you should.
Like, holy shit, dude.
So the dude had a metal hook for a hand. I don't find out till recently. Like, he got into a car accident, had his hand out or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, rolled.
Yeah.
But the dude had a metal hook for a hand. I don't know if you're 17. Take the time back, looking at that, going, son, if you spit on the sidewalk and you get charged, I am going to add an additional 365 days to your, whatever, your charge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm joining the Marine Corps, sir. You know what I mean? Like, and he was like, good, and go to war and fight and blah, blah, blah. But he's like, if I see you back here, you are screwed.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he was just
Scared straight, yeah.
dogging. I don't know if he was a pastor or what. I think it was the right hand, but he was just throwing this Captain Hook thing.
He's
at
got
me,
an
and I was just
attachment,
like,
spins his hook off, but
dog, I did, and I was just like, so then so my felony that I'm charged with.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
No.
No, on
Definitely.
record.
No, definitely it's on the record. My felony that I'm charged with gets dropped down to a Class A misdemeanor because of my lawyer.
There you go.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Give you the shirt off his back.
Fuck
Take
your
all your
girlfriend.
money.
We should go hug him.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I wish I knew. So then I drive back to Kentucky. Don't have a lawyer.
Okay.
I go in for my third DUI. And
Wait, different states, different judges?
yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
buddy.
Dude, I was flirting with fire. Dude, I was like George Young. I don't know if you guys seen Blow. What you legally did was transport 660 pounds of fictitious plants. You know, like, no, so, and I don't know what the deal was. Dude,
Yeah.
like, I don't know if they could hold that against me because I wasn't tried or whatever. But my third DUI, right, I'm just going down a horrible path. So I drive back. I have no lawyer. I go up in this oversized suit, right? Probably from the Big and Tall. You know, and I'm a $135 probably. And
I want that picture so bad.
I wish I had one. And I'm sure we could probably pull something from the court
I
documents.
figured it out, yeah.
But I walk up, and my third DUI, right? I get pulled over in the backwoods of Kentucky, and yeah, they were pretty rough.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like Kentucky to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rough that the bailiff, I almost said jail, right? The bailiff
Are you okay?
gave me a pack of Kentucky's Best when I got booked in jail.
What is that? Is that cigarettes?
Oh, they're cigarettes.
Yeah.
And they go, share these with inmates, boys. And he gives them to me, and I was like, hell yeah. I threw 3 on the ground in the holding cell.
ground.
I just chain smoked these. But yeah, you know, so I go in to get charged, and the officer does not show up.
Oh, that's
There
a
you
good
go.
thing.
Yeah. Nailed it. Boom.
Yeah. Way
I'm
to
free.
get away with crime.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go find that guy. Give him a hug, too.
So during this time, all right, my buddy and I, we're on this George Bush buddy program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I remember that shit, yeah.
2004, we're on this buddy program.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to join the Marine Corps. We're going to go in, right? We're going to go to the first unit together.
A quick question. Did you graduate high school?
I did somehow.
Somehow. I don't really remember graduating high school.
Somehow, yeah. I do. So okay.
I think they just got rid of me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's
They're
the
just
thing.
like, go away.
I wound up going, I went homeschooled. I went private, like pretty strict private Christian school to
Okay.
public school after Katrina in Utah to Louisiana public school, and just like the difficulty of curriculum just kept going down.
bet.
And by the time I was a senior, I was just high in class.
They're like,
and
2
just-
plus 2 is fish.
17.
You're like,
Graduation.
okay, fish.
Yeah. Graduate. yeah.
Yep.
So before I make a bathroom call, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
Wait, you don't have the catheter in?
I already went. So I get my DUI, somehow graduate high school after that because I'm 17. You know, I graduate high school. My dad puts me in the vehicle. We roll. All my shit's packed. Pulls up to an apartment building. Do you like it? And I'm like, I guess. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like apartments in this big building, right? They're all like single and double story, right? They're all double story, but they're all, you know, it's Kentucky. And he's like, all right, good. So I went ahead and bought your first, I put the down payment down.
First and last month.
And I put the first month rent down. I hope you like it because it's yours. And then you need to take it from there.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're off the insurance. And I'm like, what the fuck is insurance?
What's insurance?
Straight
Yeah.
up,
At
dude.
that age, you don't
Yeah.
know what that is. Yeah.
And I think shortly after I started living there, that's when I graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when
Is your dad still around?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you talk to him?
I do.
Is he a special character? Or
He's
like,
me is like a 6-year-old. I'm going to pee real quick and I'll get into it.
I want to meet him so bad.
You will.
Good.
I have a question for you.
Oh boy, here we go. I got to be quiet in the corner. It's my job.
17 Charlie.
Okay.
Why is the moto tat so I would say famous. It's not bad in any way, but like y'all have like a certain pride in
Yeah.
Suicide Charlie, right? And I know the story of Suicide Charlie, but like when you were there, were y'all still doing you can't wear the company T-shirt until you deploy?
Absolutely.
That's sick.
Dude, it was, I think that just that company and like it kind of degraded like right as I left because we got some like different command, and like people view things differently as they come in, but they were like, why can't people in the unit wear the chuck, and like, yeah, like when I first got there, I was like butthurt, you know what I mean? I was like, why can't I wear this shit? But then I like quickly realized like the camaraderie of that unit and like just kind of the ebb and flow of that unit like was something I don't think could ever be replicated. Like,
yeah.
Just the pride in just the unit and like the pride in like being good at your fucking job was probably hands down the best like group of dudes I've ever worked with. Just because everyone gave a shit, and if you didn't give a shit, like you were gone.
Yeah.
Bye.
You're good. You can pass right front. Yeah, I had a buddy that he actually cross trained as a machine gunner. He's a Pogue, and then he eventually went to MARSOC. He's a straight up whatever MARSOC 03. What is it?
72.
Yeah, and I was talking to him. He's still in MARSOC. I think he's a gunny. Maybe he finally picked up, and he's just like, nah, dude, nothing was like that deployment we did. Like that bond, that camaraderie. And who's you ever seen what's the one? Is it Restrepo?
Yep.
That journalist talks about like the
Sebastian Younger.
Yeah. Talks about that bond on your like basically your first war deployment, like how close you are with those brothers, and then like you kind of do it again and again and again, and it's like it's there, but it's not.
Started losing a little bit,
a little bit
for sure. And to speak on that real quick, like just the whole like suicide thing, like like those guys, like I still have group chats with them, like, and we talk, we try to talk a lot, but like I'm terrible at communicating, you know what I mean? But like those dudes, like when I see a text from one of them, like I'm like hell yeah, you know what I mean? And then even the other units I've been in, like I'm like really tight with those dudes, but like. You kind of like start to lose like that. I mean, you still like care about those dudes, I'm not saying that, but it's like that first initial, like your first unit, your first dudes you go do weird shit with, like those are your fucking.
Yeah, you're still growing. You're
closer than family.
Probably still a formidable age.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you were, but like I joined the Marine Corps right after my 21st birthday. And so like starting to really drink.
Yeah.
Get out there with them and figure it all out. And 29 palms.
Hell yeah, dude.
29 palms.
I love it there.
It's
Go there on vacation.
Weird place
Asia?
to grow.
Asia.
Might as well be.
Yeah.
Tatooine.
It's
That's
part
in the
of
Middle East, right?
It's part of Jerusalem.
Pretty much, yeah.
So in
Jerusalem's down the street.
Yeah. In other places in the Marine Corps, Suicide Charlie, right? You get 1-7. You get 3-7. No shit.
Yeah. Like everyone
that
knows
was
that
also
shit.
1-7. I was taught 1-7. No shit.
And you
that
might
kind of
have
floated back and forth.
And,
like,
and it was like
battle.
All right, you got this. Give us this. And like and you try to get that in other places, other infantry battalions in the Marine Corps, right? So again, you guys hold something special that we all kind of like. How do we get that buy-in?
Yeah, and that was the thing with the whole like wearing the chuck thing. Like you fucking earn it, and I think that's starting to get lost in the Marine Corps, especially. Is like, you're a Marine now or whatever. And like, who gives a shit? Boot camp, you just
all inclusive.
Yeah, like dude, fuck
we don't judge people here.
Fuck that.
Like
you
you
earn
suck.
that shit.
That's a judgment. I made it.
Yeah, you earn that shit, and I think that's what makes it mean something. It's like having a job anywhere. Like if you get paid stupid money to do nothing, like you don't give a shit about your money, you just spend it. Or like if you're a younger guy or kid or whatever, and your parents are giving you like an allowance, and they're giving you like money for nothing. Yeah. Right. Then you're just gonna spend it and don't give a shit.
Well, I think I mentioned
doesn't mean anything.
I think I mentioned this on the last podcast. What is the saying? It's like hard times make hard men.
Yep.
Hard men make soft times. Soft times make soft men.
Yep.
Soft men make hard times, and then it's just a repeating cycle. So you have someone that grows up austere situations, works hard. That penny means something to them, and they don't let that out of their sight without a calculation.
Yeah. Where is this going? Is it going to give me something?
Right.
Because I fucking earned it.
And then you have other people, I would probably say this is me. It's a little bit more fluid, and it's just like, I want this, I want that. And then later on, I'm kind of sweating it like, oh, shit. But
should have got this or that.
Yeah, but I think every discipline of life, I think kind of comes down to like, what is that meaning to you?
Mm-hmm.
And then compared to, I'm a whatever black belt jujitsu, or my parents threw me in jujitsu when I was a young kid, and I'm a whatever black belt jujitsu. You know,
like I earned it on my own, or it was like forced on me, kind of thing. Yeah.
That and the mentality.
Yeah.
Dude, your mentality can make or break you, and it comes. Some of it comes with age, right? It is absolutely crazy. The mentality that. All right, we'll talk about some relevant cases, right? Like the Bud Light thing, right?
No idea what you're talking about.
No? Okay.
No.
I'll explain it. I'll explain it for the viewers and you. So Kid Rock.
Okay. I know who that is.
All right, we'll start prior to that. Dude. All right, so this influencer, right, transgender, was a male, now a female. Bud Light sent her a can with her face on it to celebrate her year as a transgender, right?
Okay.
Sure. And
I guess
not producing cans, but now Kid Rock and multiple others, right,
are mad about it. I would assume.
Super mad. So, and from a violent person,
smiles at camera.
I feel like Kid Rock's statement was violent. You know what I mean? Like, and
you can calm down, dude.
So, and this is where people will be like, "This guy, dude." I didn't. The realization with his video was, one, I was like, I didn't know how old this motherfucker was. God, he's old. Holy shit! I was like, Grandpa.
Yeah.
So he gets on this. He gets on the video and he's like, Grandpa's got a message.
Mm-hmm.
And he loads an automatic weapon.
Yeah, MP5, I think, or MP7. Yeah.
And shoots,
literal automatic.
Yes, absolutely.
And shoots all these Bud Light cans, which, again, is a violent person.
It's a little much.
That knows violent people, that have fought violent people.
Mm.
What if I don't know violent people? What message is that sending me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
right. So I thought that was a little bit, and it's not like I'm a Coors fan, guys. I don't care. I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you're a female, gay, or whatever. Can you carry me to the helicopter?
Right.
Yeah, no shit.
No.
That is all I care about.
No shit.
And to watch my Facebook politic friends. Sorry about that. To watch my Facebook politic friends get so worked up over an issue, is almost upsetting to me. But I don't let it upset me,
right?
Because it doesn't have anything to do. It's nothing to me. And the message that Kid Rock, and people are gonna watch this and go, he supports this, dude. All right.
I don't think so.
Real talk. Mm-hmm. I'm in the microphone.
Real talk.
We on the real talk. If my child, you have children.
I have children.
You have children.
Yep.
If my child decides to grow up, decides to
do the thing,
do the thing with the thing, to
thing.
change genders at a later age in life.
Okay.
Are you going to cut him off?
Dude.
No. And I mean, I have very strong opinions, and I also have opinions that align with you. And I'll take a quote from Dana White. I think it's very funny when another man thinks he gets to tell another man what to do.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
And I'm saying man as in person.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You do whatever you want. And I think a lot of that is from lack of nurturing. I think a lot of that is from lack of absent parenting.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's...
And
you go to daycare. I'm going to go work 2 jobs.
Right. Yep.
Whether
and that's the way life works.
Right.
But also there is, and I'm a a violator of this as well, being on my fucking cell phone.
Oh God, yes.
You know, and my wife's bitching at me, get off your goddamn cell phone.
You're in the bath time and you're just scrolling. You're like, just, same thing.
But I think a lot of people need a hug, and I'm gonna quote Dana Carvey of all people. I think a lot of people need a hug and a pat on the back.
Yeah.
You know, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a big thing of what this is just I like conversations, and I think they're cool, and I think it's cool to record them.
I think that speaking of like the pat on the back and like the hey how you doing thing, I think I first learned that I think from from Brett, like because before that like I was kind of an asshole, not gonna lie to you, especially coming from suicide. Like if you weren't good at your job, like I literally didn't care about you at all. Yeah. Like if you suck, fuck you. And then like he kind of showed up and like just like learning from his mentality and stuff. Like even if like you're struggling with something, like he'd still like he'd shit on you like super hard, make you feel like this big, right? Like go cry in the corner, you know. But like he also would like still check on you, like hey, how are you doing as like a person, kind of shit. And like I never had a leader like that would ever do that before. It was just like hey, like you got in trouble or like you fucked this up, like fuck you, and you got ostracized, you know.
Yeah.
And like they didn't give a shit about you as a person. I think I learned that from him a lot. Like, hey, yeah, you fucked this up, but also like you're still a dude, like with your own fucking life. So like, are you okay?
How are you? How is your family?
Yeah, and I never heard that statement from anyone until I met him.
That's pretty cool. Did you ever play football when you were young?
A little bit, not really.
A little bit. I had at the Christian school I went to, I had a football coach that was very much a father figure, and he kind of had. He was Christian, and he did the breakdown, the boot camp breakdown of you're not a football team, you're not shit. You think you got biceps and you're some good football player. Biceps don't do nothing. You're nothing out there until we're starting the season. And he goes, I think y'all are a team now, and we're just like teary eye, like puppy dog, like oh my goodness.
The beatings will continue
until morale improves, and like. My boot cycle, when I was a booty boot, I had 2 corporals, and one, I believe, is a little bit of a narcissist and did not actually care about us. Mm-hmm. And then one of them was very hard, but also just like,
a shit.
Dude, like, get it together. What's going on, man? Like, are you good? Are you good? Is your ankle broken? You're limping around. Are you going to make it? Like, seriously.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
And then later on, as I grew out of being a boot, I could have a conversation with him where the other corporal, who was a little bit stagnant, was like, you're still a piece of shit. And I was like, no, I've grown. You were in some place I don't know where you are.
You just hate me because I'm younger than you.
You were actually saying that a year ago.
Yeah.
Have you grown?
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take that to the tree line.
Yeah. I had that, and that was something that I forgot about this, but I got in a fight with a boot over the podcast because someone on my episode said something he didn't like, and I thought it was very important to fight. He said, I want to fight you. And I was like, okay. No more words need to be said. Right. And we had a very, 1950s, like, let's fight. And then afterwards it was, hey, and we're cool. Yeah. And I thought that was very important. And then you have people that afterwards, they'll fucking try and shoot your car up. And it's like, no, dude, like, we're having a very manly thing here. We have a disagreement. We decide to sell it with violence, very caveman way. But after that, there's a bit of bonding there on a bit of mutual respect. Yes, and we're losing that. And I know we've kind of gone from Bud Light and transgenders, but I think it's a little bit of a camaraderie and eye to eye and respecting people. Yep. And I think a lot of that mystique of love and hatred and Bud Light sending and Kid Rock, and it's just like, take a step back.
Yeah. Everyone's walking around like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does this affect your world?
Again, yes. What he is trying to say. Yeah. Like, what he is trying to say. Stop letting it bring tension to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Stop stressing over this. Like, is it affecting you?
Right.
Well, my kids will go to school and your kids are your kids. They're not you.
Yeah.
As much as you want them to be, they look like you, they act like you. They're not you.
Mm-hmm.
They're their own individual person. Support them.
Yeah, I had this conversation with my wife actually that probably 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the school thing and obviously because there's some, you have a kid, you don't want the teacher to be teaching them weird stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Sure.
at the end of the day, like what you're saying, and I was telling her the same thing, is whatever that person says, like the teacher or whatever, I might take it one way. You're going to take it another way. You're going to take it another way.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, we're not a fucking hive mind. You can't.
Right.
What you're thinking is not what you're thinking.
No.
That is impossible. So no matter what you do, your kids are going to receive certain things, and then that's just in their mind forever.
I have video evidence.
You can't control that shit.
I have video evidence. I'm talking to the population here. I have video evidence of me dressing up like an Indian.
Oh boy.
Not
Dot or feather?
Not a feather Indian.
It's funny you say that because I got confused on where something came from on the last podcast. Was it Native American
Right.
or Indian?
Right.
There we go.
And
There we
I
go.
just want to clear it up.
That's the right one.
I had a Chiefs dress on.
Okay.
And
I love it here.
we're 14 children, at 6 years old, running around like we're Indians. And and then 2 decades later, you go,
Wow, that's bad.
Jesus.
Yeah. But
Well-
is it bad? You're a kid. Who gives a shit?
Right?
Who gives a fuck?
I'll take a again. I like to quote people. I'll take it from Joe Rogan. That's bad, right? Being a Native American, but you can dress up as a rapist Viking, right? You can
It checks out.
There's a team, and they wear Viking helmets, and they would rape and pillage.
Yeah.
And then how you can be a pirate who are just again
Degenerates.
same
Yeah.
thing, degenerate rapists,
Yeah.
whoremongers,
Yeah.
murderers, torturers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think in China there is Nazi themed bars because it wasn't there. It's not in their
They don't give a fuck about it.
they weren't really in that.
Yeah.
So it's how long until it's cool to be Hitler walking around
Yeah.
on Halloween?
Yeah, it's
like how
crazy,
far
dude.
removed do we have to be
Yeah.
for the rapist person to be the costume of the
Yeah.
day?
It's
dude,
the whole
calm down.
thing, dude.
Yikes.
If my child decided to be X,
Mhm.
Okay.
are you going to not back them?
You gotta back them.
Mhm.
Dude, again, dude, in I'll lose many of friends over this. Sorry. You're
Bye.
Yeah, but how close a friend were
you
they?
were acquaintances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the best. But it's dude, if I'm not backing my child,
Yep.
don't care.
Yeah.
If I won't put on a dress for my 3.5-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
and I won't
Yeah.
walk around and cast spells on you
Yeah.
at the age of 37,
Right.
what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You've just been fairy dusted,
Yeah.
dude.
And
If I
I think
won't do that 10 years down the road, you got me all twisted, dude.
Yeah.
I support my family. You guys are my family. I support you guys, but I also support my
You got your number. You got your number ones. Your number
You got
twos.
your number
you
one.
know?
You know,
I think that really sums it up.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
You got the misses. You got the two. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, again, with this whole thing, stop wasting so much energy.
Oh yeah.
Just stop. Just stop wasting so much energy.
Well,
on,
it's the social media suck.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and I try. The only really social media I say is Snapchat. It's because it's a twofold. It's direct communication
You to someone else. Yeah.
but then they have the tiles, and
Yeah.
I've been getting on these little TikTok style little dopamine feed.
Yeah.
Someone falling down the stairs with a drinks.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious, but how many times do I really need
Right.
to?
Yeah.
And
Right.
then on YouTube, I'll take a note out of Sergeant Weldon's book. It's a library. If I need to learn something on that truck, I love woodworking. If I need to
Dude.
learn something, I'm on the YouTube library,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for the shortest video to give me that information I need on how to edit a podcast.
Right?
I need that quick now. I really don't have time for a subscription ask, but I got to
Yeah.
get into.
Most
Into
of
the
us
shit,
call
yeah.
it dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, YouTube, you can learn. There's no excuse, I think,
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah.
Right? I was going to say man, but as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
To, I guess, lacking tools, I guess, would be the only thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can buy fucking tools. You can rent tools. Like, to not be able to do anything around your house yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You can YouTube how to build a fucking spaceship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, literally.
It's insanity. Like,
Or-
we're sitting there watching TikToks about, like, just dumb shit that matters not at all, but, like, everyone's just on their phone.
Right.
Like, looking at shit that they shouldn't
No
probably looking
shit.
at.
Brain garbage.
Yeah. And then we have in our hand a thing that could teach you how to do anything you ever wanted to know how to do.
Yeah.
So I had the problem, right? And I was giving Ellie is my daughter, right?
Yep.
I was giving her a bath, and she was giving herself a bath, I guess, because I'm scrolling,
Playing in the water.
right? Yeah, I'm just scrolling,
Bath.
and I was like, I stopped, and I realized, I'm like, I need to quit.
Yeah.
And all I did was delete the apps.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't delete my Facebook. You can still see, and I'll do that every other month.
Yep.
Just to stop me from scrolling on things, just to stop the addiction of this.
Yeah.
And I will at restaurants and other things, ding ding. I'll just look at the next person, right? Like I will subconsciously train myself to not pick up my phone. And
It's hard.
I think it is very hard.
I have an involuntary muscle twitch in my thigh, and I'll be like, oh, I just got it. I swear.
I got a text.
Swear I just got something.
That happens to me all the time.
And I pull it out, and it's nothing. And then I've actually caught my phone. There's something in there that's giving me a notification that isn't really present.
So
deep
Just
in the
want
phone.
you to look at it. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
So I went into settings, turned all notifications off to
all
everything.
vibrates.
Yeah.
All
Everything.
vibrates off.
Everything.
I need to
I
do
went
that.
in, turned all notifications off to every app.
Mm-hmm.
And any app that I download. The latest one, Buffalo Wild Wings. No big deal.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Official sponsor of the UFC.
There we
I
go.
just
You
went
watch
there
all
for
UFCs.
B-dubs, let's go. Free wings, let's
okay.
go.
I went there, didn't order any wings. Delicious. All right, I've always had horrible times at B-dubs.
Yeah.
But I went there,
kinda
ordered
mid.
no wings,
Yeah.
chicken sandwich. Amazing.
Yep.
Chips and salsa, all that, mozzarella cheese sticks.
There you go.
Who can fuck that up?
UFC.
So,
That's why
yeah, exactly.
That's anytime I'm there, it's for
But-
UFC.
But they ask, the first thing, send push notifications.
No.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yep.
But everything, you can literally go into settings and look at a whole library of apps.
Yeah.
It's a
And
lot.
just turn every notification off.
Yeah.
I also turned Siri off as well.
Oh yeah, she gone.
Siri does not track
Serious bitch.
within my house.
Yeah, she gone.
Hey Siri. All right, we're good.
Exactly.
She's already
Shut
listening,
your
don't worry.
mouth up.
You
All
think
right,
she's
we're good.
off. She's not. She's listening to everything.
All right, so back to it. George Bush Buddy Program, 2004, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking to a recruiter. How's the process going with all the stuff you did?
Okay.
The
Not too much
duties.
stuff, dude. Because at that
It
point,
all
I've only
got-
experienced with marijuana twice.
got pushed under the.
Well, no, you get waivers for everything, dude.
Were they doing? So my buddy kind of rode in on the very tail end of reduced court sentence for military service. Was that still going on when you were there?
I don't remember.
No.
I think
don't
I
remember.
think that's some shady shit judges were doing.
I
Like,
don't
dead
remember.
ass.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's some shady shit judges were doing.
my buddy, he got a talking to when he was going in. He was a SEAL,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, man, we see pretty clearly what happened here. And
Yeah.
we're gonna let it go because
Yeah.
you've made it through buds.
Yeah.
But like,
You can calm the fuck down. Yeah.
not you need to calm the fuck down. But like this, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I don't remember at that time. I know that. Okay. So the third time I was experimenting with marijuana, as my record states.
You had a 240 aimed at it. No.
Yeah.
So
that was his 8th time.
Yeah.
my third time I experimented with marijuana. 2004, we were going in the buddy program, and we just talked about it at my house. And my buddy came over, and he, great friend of mine. And he said, hey, they're going to raid your place.
Raid.
His dad was a cop.
Oh, panic.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Raid.
So my dad, he's like, I overheard my dad talking to people. They're going to raid your spot. And I was like, thank you for letting us know. You know, and I was, us as me.
Yeah.
Experimenting my third time.
Yeah.
Smoking a joint.
This is the worst high.
Yeah.
And I'm watching
This just sucks
Fallujah
still,
1
huh?
kick off
Yeah.
on the TV. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking join. I
Oh,
need to
there
be
you go.
there. And I need to be kicking indoors because that's all they showed was
Yeah.
kicking indoors.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, fuck it, I need to be there.
Yep.
And my buddy in Kentucky told me this. He overheard his dad and his friends talking. They're going to raid your spot. And I remember my lease was due. I took everything that I could fit in my hatchback red car. I don't remember what type of car. And I drove. I just left. I left Kentucky. I drove up to Michigan. So that's why I didn't join with you, buddy program. You know what I mean? Like,
I gotta go.
good because he went to 2-2.
And they're the worst.
The drug lord. I mean, the warlords.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa.
joking.
Whoa,
I
whoa.
have no context of 2-2.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
so
just playing around, guys.
so he
Irrelevant.
went
What?
to 2-2.
I'm sorry.
Did Iraq, all this stuff, and he didn't hear from me because I packed my car and I left. I drove up to Michigan. The closest sister that I was with, 6 years apart, I drove up to her spot, and it was in the UP of Michigan. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this spot. Yeah, it's the Upper Peninsula
So
of
you're
Michigan.
you're in Canada.
The
I am. Yeah, what are you doing with the remote?
Yeah.
The boat. You want to go on the boat and turn the remote? And
whoa.
dude, I'm like, so if you don't want to kill yourself at this point, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Figure out 9-foot drifts of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm up there, and I was withdrawn from my third time experimenting with marijuana.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely not anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Well, you withdraw from marijuana for
Of
sure.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, science,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can't fight it.
There's this PhD skateboarder like Dr. Dude, Andrew Huberman. He was talking about withdrawing from marijuana. That totally checked out.
I mean, dude, it's like 3 or 4 days long.
Yeah.
With the shakes, hot, sweats.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to talk about it too
I think
much.
Train Spotting's about withdrawing from marijuana.
The baby on the top of the roof.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah, I go up there, withdraw from my third time of experimenting with marijuana, and
Get your mind right.
get my mind right. I don't know what, but I know I went through a season
Mm-hmm.
of 9-foot drifts,
Yeah.
and I was like,
What the
either I kill myself here
Yeah.
or just run my car into a snowbank. Dude.
Yep.
I mean, I
And-
think that's the same thing.
Put myself on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people love it. Good on them. Good on you guys, dude.
Yeah, I
like,
don't.
dude,
That's a
go to
little-
work in a snowmobile. Dude, all about it, dude. Not my little red hatchback, dude.
Yeah.
So I
a
go,
little too much is 9 foot.
yeah.
A little too much.
Yeah. And I go to the local recruiter's office. I say, hey, I already started a thing with the thing. And they're like, all right, we got to redo all the things. And I was like, sick. And they're like, they made me pee in a cup.
Mm.
And they said, are you still high from testing from your third experiment with
Mhm.
marijuana? And I
Yeah.
said, just a little bit. All right. And I didn't know, like, the border of Michigan, dude. Like, once you hit the border of Michigan, I'm like, dude, I'm almost there.
Mm.
8 hours later,
Yeah.
driving up through Michigan,
Mhm.
you now arrive at the UP. So I joined from up there. I do like a winter there where I'm like, ouch,
Yeah.
ouch. It's
Now-
cold.
Are you doing like Rocky Balboa? Are you starting to work out? Are you
What I thought was workout.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Workout.
Yeah.
Are you in the Pooley program?
No.
No, they didn't.
No. What I thought was like workout was like run a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I could do that. Cause
I remember when running a mile, I started running a mile in high school.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm
just running. And they're like,
I ran a
why?
mile. And my
Yeah.
sister's like a nurse. She's healthy. She's like, you ran a
Why?
mile?
Yeah, why?
What are you doing?
take
Yeah.
your ankles.
And the
Yeah.
things I've done since is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
a mile.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I was prepping myself, but no,
Yeah.
no pulley. So my recruiter, now I understand his thingies with the thingies, right? With the colors.
Yeah.
And dude had a Navy Cross.
What?
There
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
There you go.
Don't remember the dude's name. Dude had a Navy Cross. He was an infantry marine.
I was gonna go the other direction. I was thinking you're like, this guy's pogues.
Thought so.
Yeah.
Don't know. And he goes, joining infantry, huh? And I go, yes, sir. Good luck.
You go,
And just
aw.
fucking walked off.
Yeah.
Had some gunny deal with my contract. And yeah, dude, like I don't remember this dude's name.
What was his rank?
Sergeant.
Just a sergeant.
Or
He's like,
Sergeant. Navy Cross.
he's
And
like,
you look
"Here-
at this
Here, Gunny.
Yeah. Here,
Oh,
bitch.
03.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
and
what
I'm
it is,
just
though.
like, what's this dude got? What's
Yeah.
his problem?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I bound to look up his name and contact him because the gunny dealt with me majority, and the gunny
Yeah.
had like 2 ribbons, right?
Yeah.
Because he was probably just like, hey, boot,
Yeah.
I'm a gunny. Shush up, Nancy. Go
Yeah,
deal
shut
with
up,
this guy's
Nancy.
package.
Yeah.
Write my name down.
I've this is one of my questions for you. I know you're E7, right? In boot camp, we were like E5, sergeant, best rank in the Marine Corps, and then like some staff sergeant like busting the room. It's like, well, how the fuck do you know that the sergeant's they're only a sergeant? What do you think as an E7 that is perceived E8s, E9s, master, first, master gunny?
What's the best rank in the Marine Corps?
What do you think the best rank?
Corporal to gunny, man. Like, it's all what you make of it.
It's all what you,
Everything is all what you make of it. So as a corporal, I struggled. As a sergeant, I struggled. Staff, I struggled. Gunny, I struggled. But I think the two best that bring out lights are sergeant and gunny.
yeah.
Mhm.
So the reason I asked this is I was before I got moved to my new unit, I was a senior line for a golf company, and I worked a lot with my gunny, and I just saw the freedom and responsibility he also had at the same time.
Yeah.
He had a lot of meetings. He had a lot of shit he had to be responsible to do. But when he wanted, he had the ability to take thing, move thing, do thing himself without having to check a lot of different. And I witnessed that, and I was like, man, I wonder if Gunny, because correct me if I'm wrong, is Staff Sergeant I don't want to offend any Staff Sergeant. Is Staff Sergeant the boot of the staff non-commissioned officers? No?
Nope.
It's all how you make it.
It's
all
all
what
what
you
If
you
you
make it.
if you let someone treat you like a bitch, you're gonna get treated like a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Look at your old staff sergeant.
Yeah.
I'm not saying any names on this podcast, but and, yeah, I will
Yikes.
I will go through. I'll go through real quick a summary of my enlistment. Is the microphone at a good distance?
You're great.
'Cause I'll check it.
Oh, I've done that plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoa.
Easy.
I've
Easy.
done that, man.
Hey, you didn't
I told
even
you
get-
that.
you
That
didn't
shit's
even
dangerous.
gag.
Yeah. He's a professional.
So joined in Michigan, 2005. Go through boot camp, SOI. It's 2006. They pull up with white buses. Get on the fucking bus, pussies. That's
Okay.
pretty much it. Yeah. And we
Yep.
get on the bus.
Fucking love that shit.
They bus us right up the hill to old San Meggetto.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard of her. San
Terrible place.
Mateo, I think, is what the
The chow hole is amazing. Go there.
So we do that, and again, like I'm watching these people in 2004 kicking indoors, and I'm like, experimenting with my third time.
Only that, yeah.
Still the third time, yeah.
Third time
Okay,
of
yeah.
marijuana and cigarettes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to be there.
Yeah.
I need to do that shit. So, I joined blah 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 blah.
So you were 5th Marines first?
Was
Nice.
2-5. Retreat hell. If you're on Twitter, it's retweet hell. Thanks a lot, Jamie. Thanks a lot. Our fro did that to us. Retweet hell, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's a little.
It's a little,
It's a little much. You can calm
it's a
down.
lot. Captain Lloyd Williams would really love that. But they bust us up the hill, and then we police call the rocks for 2 days.
In your alphas?
Nope, we were allowed to change.
Okay.
Some of the seniors were in tricolors.
Jeez.
Some of the OIF1 dudes were in tricolors. They didn't care.
And back then, what when I was in the Marine Corps, we would do sleeves up, deserts tan, sleeves down, green, wintertime. Would they do that, or was it tricolor sleeves up, or woodlands sleeves up, woodland sleeves down, or would they go into like the desert uniform?
I don't remember.
No. Okay. No.
I wish I did. I wish I did. I don't remember. I don't remember the uniform because literally from our gunny picking us up, this is all I remember. And I'll go through it. Like, we're in formation, parade rest, right? And our gunny comes up. He's Advon party, and he's like, guess what? All your dudes are coming back. Run to your barracks, pack your bags, and get the fuck out of the barracks or you're going to get raped. And we were like,
Raped. Whoa, strong words.
super strong, right?
I fucking miss that shit.
Oh, God. Super strong. And we were like, what the fuck? We don't want to be raped.
I'm going to get raped.
So it was the only formation I've ever been at that I broke parade rest, button hook left, and ran. And no shit, grabbed a ditty bag, I think they called it back then, packed it for the weekend, and bounced because the dudes were coming back, all OAF1 and OAF2 dudes, just off the rocker, dude.
Yeah.
And literally that buildup was the best thing ever. Horrible.
Were you a private?
I was a private first class.
Whoa.
dude.
Wow.
I don't know if you fucking know what that
Put
is.
some fucking respect on his name, dude.
Yo, I was a PFC thanks to boot camp.
Got those Skeeto wings.
There you go.
So I was a PFC, and our whole training thing was worst case scenario, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anything we did, worst case scenario. Hey, what's up, dude? We're doing clearing houses. Bop, bop, bop. Everyone's dead. You're alive. Go. And you're like,
Huh?
I'm the fucking mosquito wings. I don't.
Yeah.
So
How do I hold my gun?
Yeah.
dude? Like, it was really good that I look back on it now. But like everything from Stu Seagal. Oh yeah,
What's that?
Stu Seagal. Like, you go up to like almost Hollywood, and they're like prepping scenarios for you with like real cornstarch, like fake blood, everything. All these actors that are crawling at you with one leg, and you're like,
Oh.
get back, you know, like, dude. It's like
Yep.
it was pretty intense, dude. The ITT, right? Is that what it's called?
IIT.
IIT.
Yeah.
So IIT wasn't coming out until like my third deployment.
What is that?
That's over in Samagetto, dude.
It's a infantry immersion trainer.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
thought
like-
it was.
Like shitty ass Mountown thing.
Mm-hmm.
The role
They
players.
hire local nationals too.
Yeah.
You know, and
We did
and-
some shit like that in 29 Palms.
Yeah.
I remember doing, what is it, Mojave Viper?
Yeah.
30A field op, which is always. And we're just walking, and they're like, hey, just to let you know, like some shit, some seemingly real shit's going to go down.
You're like, huh?
And like, a Middle Eastern dude with one leg is just like,
Like,
and
what
like
the fuck?
he's bug-eyed, and
Yeah.
like, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
He's
what the
like,
fuck
what
is
you
going
doing to
on?
me, man?
Yeah.
He had some weird accent, but
Yep.
I was just like, what the hell is
Yeah,
this?
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
I don't know if I love it, but it was definitely good training. Back to 29 Palms, I just remember like being in camis, about to graduate SOI, and I called my brother like, dude, I'm going to 29 Palms, and I hear him just like pull the cell phone away like, dude, that place fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, what, dude?
Yeah.
And then just remember, I forget when I heard, I think my drill instructor, I know my drill instructor, he was he's like a JTAC, call for fire, something like that. He's like, that 29 Palms, that's God's country.
Yeah. And
You
you're
just
like,
do whatever the hell you want out there. You're the best trained. You're never in line for like, you never get a field op canceled, or like if you get rained out, it's the next day. No one's, you have like, I'm like, oh. And then I remember my brother talking about being, he was a 1-4.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, yeah, you get rained out, and then, you know,
You just don't do it.
You miss your date.
Yeah.
And then you got another company, another battalion coming in behind you, and he's just like, oh, yeah, range is full.
Yeah.
And so I just remember being having that pride, like we're the best fucking trained.
Yeah.
And honestly, we had a group of, we did the 31st MU, my first deployment, and my seniors were Iraqi Marines, but really their deployment was standing guard and filling sandbags. And then we come back from the 31st MU, and they're asking for volunteers to go to Afghan. A lot of those dudes went. One of our dudes passed away, which is really unfortunate, you know, thinking that he volunteered to go.
Yep.
But they came back, and they're giving us classes, and they're like, kind of what you're saying, like, if you fucking suck at your job, like, say you're suicidal and go the fuck away, so you don't deploy and put someone at risk. If you fucking suck, take this shit seriously, get better, or make up an excuse to not be with this unit.
Yeah.
And I just remember
like, whoa.
and I fit, like, my seniors didn't like me. I definitely had an attitude, but I feel like I did a good, I was a good Marine. I definitely feel like I was a good Marine. But I remember this guy did not like me personally for some reasons, and he was kind of like looking at me. But that kind of like hit my
Like,
my heart, you know, and I fucking worked my ass off.
Yep.
And so I just remember that 29 Palms fucking, like, there's no Marine like a 29 Palms Marine.
Yeah, and it's same thing with 5th Marines. Like we would we would go to 29 Palms, and back when Mojave Viper, right? CAX, all the ITX, everything, you know, we've been through all the acronyms, right? That people got awards for.
Yeah. That some officer came up with and got an award for.
Or a gunny, you know,
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
yeah, or a gunny, I'll say it.
I have a story. A sergeant served some time with you, and he told me a story about how there'd be a group of people, and be like, man, that Tate guy. You'd be like, yeah, I heard he hasn't got a NAM. And you'd go, yeah, probably give that guy a NAM. I heard he's got all these awards, but no NAM. And then eventually you wind up getting a NAM.
There you go.
Okay.
Is there?
All right. So I will go into that.
All right.
So
Sorry to tell your story, Andrew.
no,
But
dude, he's all good. You're good, right? So I joined the Marine Corps, right? You know, we go to Iraq, we go to Ramadi. Everything's going on. It's hot there for a few months. Then nothing, right? And we're like, all right, we're doing our job. Patrols are going out 24 hours a day.
Things are working.
Yes. When I flew into the city in 2007, black.
Yep.
When we flew out,
Lights.
lit up.
Yep.
Do like a Christmas tree. And I was like, man, all right, we're good. Flew in. All right. We set the stage. Then our company, golf company, Ghetto Golf, big deal. We went up to Karma.
Okay.
And that was up by Fallujah. So
wait, this isn't, yeah, you said 2-5.
Yeah.
Golf.
Yeah.
Okay.
First deployment. We all drove up there, and we didn't all drive up there. A company flew, a platoon flew up. The rest of the 3 platoons we drove, and we're there. Karma was a place where the Fallujah fighters would go to test their abilities of fighters, pretty much. So I remember being a boot, carrying a 3-stack of MREs, being a good boot, because we were at our COP, and we had 2 buildings. We were taking over from a mechanized Army unit, and they were out there playing football, and they're like, "Why the fuck are you guys wearing gear?"
Yeah.
And I go,
"Well, that just might be Army."
And I remember I look at him, I look at the dude, and I go, with no disrespect, didn't one of you guys just get shot in the throat right over here?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, it was Doc so-and-so, like, great dude." And then all of a sudden, like, I'm like, that's why we're wearing gear, you know? That and our gunny was like, I'll fucking 6105 you if you don't wear glasses.
Yeah.
And we had 2 buildings, right? So like the main CP with 1st platoon, and then 3rd platoon and 2nd. Or 2nd was down the road at the IP station. So it was 1st platoon and headquarters platoon in this one building. 3rd platoon, that was me, in this building. Down the road was 2nd platoon. So I'm like, well, that's why we're wearing gear. And I remember like walking like 2 or 3 more steps, RPG, PKMs.
Yep.
And everybody, I remember looking at the Army, and the Army dudes scatter.
Yeah.
And we're all like, you know, like, let's do it.
This is hours into getting to your COP.
Yeah, we got there the night prior.
Okay.
And then, you know, when the sun came up, that's when we were moving.
Because you're doing a rip. Yep. They're watching you, dude. They know.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's when we were putting enough food over in our building so we didn't have to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So we were bringing MREs over. And that's when that went on. And then later on that day, my squad leaders, and I'm a boot, our squad leaders are like, where's the place that, you know, you won't go? And they're like, well, we won't even take a mechanized unit here. And they go, all right, we're going there on foot in a few hours. You guys going to show us? And they're like,
no.
No.
Yeah. We want to go home.
Yeah.
And dude, I have nothing wrong with the Army, dude. Like, cause you're on a 12-month deployment, and then you get extended to 18 months. Like, dog, 7 months psychologically.
Oh, dude, that's
and you got to think
too much, bro.
You got to think like 2 weeks of that is coming on board, getting acclimatized.
Yep.
On the back end, 2 weeks of that. So you're there for 6 months. 6 months of us lighting up a building that you live in is enough to psychologically, right, mess you up for life.
Absolutely.
And to think, like, I'm a 19-year-old kid, and I go on the streets and patrol every day, even if nothing happens.
I'm still fucked up.
Right? Because every day I'm like, my dudes, and I'm replaying it in my head, my head movie.
Yeah, the head movie.
Something's going to get wrong. One of my dudes is going down. I'm going down, like anything. So
this is 06?
Yeah.
Is the IED threat?
07.
Is the IED threat?
Oh, it was
because that was my
through the roof.
My first Afghan was just like, dude, your legs.
Anywhere you step,
your
legs are gone. Not only that, if there's an IED, there's not one.
There's like 6 others.
There's 6 others.
Everywhere that you would go to coordinate, there's one.
So I do that deployment, come back, we do the 15th MEU. The 15th MEU at that time was half combat, half...
Wait, hold on. You just kind of brushed over Ramadi real quick.
Sorry.
In the weeds we go.
That was your first deployment.
Mm-hmm.
You're in 2 buildings. You're patrolling into these danger zones these danger areas, and like, are things happening? Were you kinetic?
So, yeah. So Ramadi was same thing. Ramadi, that's where we.
It was building to building, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where we flew into. Ramadi was 2 buildings, same thing.
Where you were held up at, right? 2 buildings, right?
That is our combat outpost. That is our
Yeah.
cop. Yeah, dude. Like our vehicles are staged outside the right on the other side of the HESCO barriers.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude. Like you'd go out 24 hours a day. There was a patrol going out, and it was clear the city, house by house. And
So there was always a patrol out.
Yes.
Kind of like a security probing.
Yes. Luckily, like I was sitting there watching. I was on post one day, and I like look over, and I'm like, look at him burning shit. He must have fucking fell asleep on post. And you know, like, and then like I was watching, and I'd be like, oh shit. And I figured out a way to open up the gates. Right? Because they would have a compound around their compound.
Yeah. Like the like 8 or it's like a 6-foot wall usually.
Yeah.
Around like everything.
And a metal gate.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there with my binos, right? And I see this kid, do the look. He goes under, lifts up the gate. And I'm like, oh my God, that's it?
God. Yeah, you're like, we've been fucking blasting all these open and like hitting it with sledgehammers and shit, running through with a vehicle.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
So I'm like, shit. And that's where I, volunteered myself for the first one in. I always wanted to be the first one in the house in case you got hit, because back then you got trained. If you're the first one in, right? The second one, if you get hit,
Hold you up.
grabs you by the back of the flak jacket.
Yep.
And they clear the rest of the house, and you're the shield.
Do you think, and I'll say this for me, yes, but do you think at a certain point in your life you had a death wish?
At that point, like, with everything I explained, I didn't, in my life, I didn't plan on seeing 16.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't plan on seeing 18.
Would you say you just didn't care then? Like you kind of just didn't care if you were, not like a death wish, not kind of like a more of a like a. But
yeah, I just didn't care.
You just didn't give.
I didn't care
fuck.
if it was me and Justin and I clearing a building. I want him to live.
Okay.
Don't care if he's got a family or anything.
Yeah.
I want him to live
Mm-hmm.
because I have nothing to live for.
Your Roman shield that protects your brother, and the guy to the left you protects you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. Great point in my life, I think.
So you're the one man on all this stuff. A lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I've figured out how to open the gates. Right. I'm the first one to run the rabbit. I'm everything.
And you're originally 0311.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you're out there. What long stock M16?
Well,
You got the 18.5 inch.
my team leader didn't want to carry the 203, so
Yeah, there you go.
I was the I was
love
the
it, dude.
long stock.
Yep.
I was the long stock with the 203.
Okay.
Yep.
Then some asshole officer decided to make a night vision sight
Mm-hmm.
for the 203.
Yep.
PSQ 18s, I believe they're pronounced.
Gross.
Does that go underneath? I don't even think
It
I've
goes
seen
underneath. I know. It goes underneath. Oh, dude.
This. I can just see it in my head. You
Bro,
just have this.
I got a long Surefire. The dudes with M4s, right? The dudes with M4s were the 51s and the platoon sergeant.
Rest in peace, all 0351s.
R.I.P.
Yep.
They're not
They got-
dead. They just got decommissioned.
Yeah.
And
Something like that.
I got the long Surefire, the PEC 2, which I'm pretty sure you could,
Takes the whole barrel.
which I'm pretty sure you could channel this. It's like a sat phone to call home.
Yeah.
So as a 203 gunner, I'm going support up, so the
Yeah.
guy can come and put the shoulder up and you can just rest it on their shoulder because
Yeah.
you got the PEC 2, the PSQ 18s. If you're a good, like you don't want to lose them.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to be there for day or night. You got the long surefire, and you're just like,
dude,
this is like a saw.
Yeah, this thing's
so
this thing's like 27 pounds for no reason.
Were you shooting your 203 on dude's shoulders? Okay, I thought.
No, but it's just heavy.
It's
just an example
Yeah.
of like how heavy this thing was.
Yeah.
That you would almost have to call support up if you wanted to shoot this thing for more than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm glad we clarified that because I was like, man, that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. No, because you're like, I got these weak wrists. Anyway, so. Hey, support up. Put your gun down. I need help.
So you have the biggest, most obtuse weapon you probably could have built as a one man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely probably shouldn't have been the one man.
Well, I mean, the saw guy was a one man.
Yeah.
But the saw had a reputation of jamming.
Yeah, I did.
So I was always the one man. I volunteered for it.
Stop getting rid of it. Bring it back.
I wanted the.
That's you, Commandant. Bring it back.
I wanted the adrenaline rush. Oh, it was amazing, dude. It was amazing, and I've never found that rush again. But you know, at that point, like you said, like, what did you have to live for? I didn't have much. So I do that deployment. We go through house to house, and oh my God, the first house that we went through, we were attached to Bradley fighting vehicles.
There you go.
And we loaded it in. First and only time I've had the radio.
The grunt phone. Grunt phone, right? No.
That's in the back.
No. That's some tank shit.
Yeah.
So I had the no shit 19 radio.
The target indicator.
So
Shoot that guy first.
Yeah.
So 4 dudes, RPGs, swam across the Euphrates.
Hell yeah.
Well, we get in the
Amphibious
army.
Marine Corps.
We get in the army vehicle, the Bradleys, because we were still like doing left see, right see. Well, the Bradleys bust down this compound wall. They're like, fuck a gate
Mm-hmm.
from the streets. They
Selling
bust the
Skittles
gate
in the
down,
streets.
lower the back. I run out of the back, and Tenna gets caught in the fucking top. I turtle shell.
Yeah.
I turtle shell, and then everybody in the squad steps over me. Not only that, I'm so confused and everything like beyond recognition, right?
Yeah.
I'm FUBAR at this point.
Yep.
I get out and I'm like, all right, clear everything. And they're like, check the courtyard. And I go, 10-4. And I go, fuck, I'm not on comps. I'm going to get hazed. Yeah, 100%. So that was the first and last time I had the radio.
Yep, there you go.
And then we're searching the houses. And
Wait, so you use, I believe, I know I'm not big in the radio. You use trucker terms on the.
yes, you would call it trucker terms, I think.
You hit them with a 10-4 instead of a Roger.
I hit him with the trucker clock.
Yeah.
If you would. Yeah, I hit him with the 10-4. Wasn't too familiar on the radio.
Gotta learn.
You know, like I said earlier, is the first and last time I ever held the radio, the 119, and it was a great time.
Did you miss it?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No, I didn't.
I've never been a.
I did not miss that radio.
No.
I never dealt with radios because I didn't really want to deal with radios.
Yeah.
And I had a peer of mine that got meritoriously promoted right above me, Corporal Dickerson, and he was a team leader, squad leader.
Okay.
And I was so thankful that he had that radio.
New radio things. Yeah.
Well, you know, prior to me going to Iraq, right? Like, I go take the test for the ASFAB.
Uh-huh.
And again, like, I'm watching Fallujah 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there was a Fallujah 1, right? Of them kicking in doors.
Read a book.
And I remember Rockstar energy drinks were big at that time. And I went to the MEPS station.
Yeah, MEPS.
And I had this Rockstar energy drink. And I remember looking at this shit and I go, thanks, Dad. Because he never taught me any of this stuff. And I go, AC/DC, AC/DC.
Hell yeah.
And I remember hitting the shit while I'm drinking. Dog, like, just send me to war.
Yeah. Let me go.
And they go, you got a 31 out of 32. And I was like,
Okay.
And they're like, we need to get a waiver for you. And I was like, bet.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Can I have a gun now?
Yeah. Can I go kicking doors like these dudes? When I was experimenting my third time with marijuana, like I was watching it. So they were like, yeah. So they gave me a waiver and everything. And dude, like I wasn't reading half the questions, dude. Like, would I do any better? I don't know.
It's all excuses at that
You're
point.
pretty
you know?
intelligent.
Yeah.
so you're fine.
Like I know leadership and stuff like that and like people.
Do you,
I don't know.
Do you know how to find the thing on the map?
Thing with the thing with the thing?
Yep.
On the map.
With the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the lieutenant gets there?
Yes.
Yeah, well, then you're
You're fine.
Okay.
you're fine.
But
You get a 98. You win.
I think it was the I remember the questions.
There's some weird questions on there.
All right. So I remember the questions that go like automotive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, thanks a lot, Dad.
Thanks,
And
man.
I remember just going ACDC, and drinking this rock star full throttle thing
Yeah.
of like, God.
Tastes like
I
chemicals.
don't think
Yeah.
I've ever drank an actual rock star. I
Bro,
don't know.
They're not good.
Just
They're not good.
cut it out of your
Not
life
good.
if you do it. But anyway.
Wild tigers, though? Let's do that.
What's a wild tiger?
Whoa, dude.
Are those? Oh, wait, are those the knockoff Red Bulls?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
They're like Adderall, liquid Adderall.
But in foreign countries or no?
Yes.
You can get, I got
You
them
can
for
get them.
you guys.
You can get them here, but they're like,
I got them for you
Dumbed
guys,
down.
right?
I remember getting some. So Red Bull has the two bulls, right,
Mhm.
facing out. And I remember getting one with two tigers facing out.
oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it?
White
Yeah.
can?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, dude, those things, if you get them, like, I think they make them in Syria. I could be wrong, but, dude, those things are like
What were this?
I
pill.
believe it's Thailand.
Thailand? Yeah.
Those things are insane.
Taiwan as well,
Love
right?
those things.
Yeah, I think I got you guys something, right? Or no?
I think you did, and they were gone in like 12 and a half milliseconds.
Yeah.
Because all the people that knew what they were like, give me those.
Well,
You're-
yeah.
You
Dude,
could,
I was hooking you guys up with pine cigarettes.
yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, you could
Bro,
not sleep.
Whoa.
right, first
Y'all
off-
had pines?
First off,
Oh, God.
no, these guys
I was
did.
trying to think of it.
First
Pine
off,
lights?
First off, homie, they didn't have pines.
Yeah.
Gunny had pines.
Yeah?
Because I would drive across the street
Yep.
and I'd go get my hair did. All right.
Is this Iraq?
In Iraq.
Iraq, yeah.
Let's fast forward to, let's say, 2021.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
I got to pee
Whoa.
before we get into this.
We'll cover a little ground here.
Okay, yeah, let's do that before we
So-
get into pines.
Ramadi, first deployment, PFC. Right? A MEU, 15th?
We did the 15th MEU after that.
What's after that?
All right, so can we take a break?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Like that? Like,
You just edit this out.
yeah. No, the camera's on me.
All right, so
Can I see that? What was that? Can I see that?
yeah, absolutely. So Ramadi.
Ramadi.
All right, Ramadi. We do the 15th MEU afterwards, so that's my second deployment. So the 15th MEU at that time was half libo, half combat. So we go in and we do Singapore, all this stuff, right? We do all these Asian countries, and then we go in and we're in Kuwait. We're training with the Jordanians first and then the Kuwaitis. And then our CO gets us outside and says, hey, guys, and this was back in the time where they're like,
Real quick, sorry. 15th's out of San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother, I don't know. It was a lot better than 31st, what I thought, because he didn't have to turn his SIF gear. Anyway. Your CO talks to you, pulls you
Nope.
all aside.
This was the same CO that, I mean, dude, back in this time was, you guys do meth, come home. You guys do drugs, come home. You suck a dick.
Like sent home. Like you're done with the deployment.
No.
Wait, what?
You guys suck a dick, don't come back. And we were like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. We took drug waivers to Iraq and stuff with us.
Wait, I'm confused on this. What does he mean by that? Come home. Come home.
Libo brief.
Libo brief. Sorry.
You do some like get back to the ship.
Like instead of like
No. So think like before Iraq, right? Like our briefs would be, and this was like 2006, 2007. It would be, hey, bring it in. You do drugs, don't come back. You do this, you get a DUI, come back. You suck dick, don't come back.
Like go
We
UA.
were like, yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, and I only, like I feel bad for the gay community that was with us at that point. They couldn't say anything, right? Like,
gives a shit.
again, dude, can you carry me to the helicopter?
Yeah, that is. So I went through Corps school, and they had a precedence that females would go to FMTB into the fleet, Marine Corps fleet, and everyone else, females included, would go to their first command, be like a hospital or clinic. And one of the dudes who's a reservist went to FMTB. I was like, hey, man, like, I'm not anti-female. I'm not a misogynist. But does that person have the bone structure and the muscle structure to pick up? Who was the dude in Fox?
Whitehurst.
Whitehurst.
Oops.
To
Use his name.
drag,
Sorry, buddy.
To drag him
You're famous.
anywhere as a 5'5" female.
I honestly don't think the three of us could drag him anywhere.
Yeah,
Right, but
and that's the thing, dude. Like you just.
those people exist, and
Yep.
those people get injured.
Yep.
We get injured. Normal sized people get injured.
Mm-hmm.
Can you drag that person? And that is my thing. Like, yeah, and also have the mentality to not break down.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is a mentality thing. Can you, under stress, can you not freak out?
Well, I think too is a lot of people will always say, "Wow, well, when I hear a female screaming over the heat of battle, I'm going to run to her first."
Fuck
Okay,
no.
got it.
Sorry to laugh, but
No, you're good.
I just laughed.
When I was in my third deployment, right, as a corporal, I had this squad leader who was just screaming my name. And unfortunately, like, I'm a 0311, dude. Like, I got to take care of the enemy before I get you, because I don't want to inflict.
Busy shooting bitches.
I don't want to inflict myself or other people as casualties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they hit us with that on the corpsman exam. It's like you take fire, someone goes down. What do? You return fire until it's safe to treat your casualty. It's hard, but you got it.
What's also, as a corpsman, it's not hard because you got 12 other people as guns. Like,
yeah, but
do
if it's
your
not
shit.
if it's not safe to
Right. Yeah. Yes.
if it's not safe to move, you're still shooting.
100%.
That's a psychological part that people
Yes.
don't. I think that's the part that people don't talk
Female
about.
or male.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Like, you
Or
are
child.
going. Yeah. You are going out there.
Oh, there it is.
And you are doing your job. Guess what? I'm in a squad. I got 13 other guns that can, and that's the thing too. Like, so 15th MEU, we're outside of our bungalows, I guess you call them bungalows.
Where at?
Kuwait.
Oh, gross.
2-7 was getting fucked up, and I don't mean. I mean this with every respect.
They were having a hard time.
They were having a very hard time in Iraq. That's why we moved from Ramadi to Karma. 2-7 was getting hammered. Again, Karma was the place where they'd go try tactics before they went into Fallujah because it was so close. So fast forward the next year, we go in to the 15th MU, and we're in Iraq. And, we just got done training the Jordanians. And 2-7 again was having a hard time in the city called Nawazad. Nawazad, Afghanistan. And that is when our CO took us out. Hey, 48 hours, we should know. We're going in. You guys get your stuff prepped, blah, 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 blah. And we're sitting there making super squads, dude.
Yeah.
We're making super squads. We're like, hey, guess what, Boot?
Bye.
You're not in our team anymore. Dude.
So you mean like instead of the Boot being the one man, you got an experienced mofo up front.
Yeah.
And that Boot is probably,
guess what?
doing some sort of guard.
Not everybody gets to go.
You're grabbing the most competent of competent.
Give me your squad automatic weapon.
Yeah, give me that.
So we're making like kill teams, dude. And all of a sudden, 48 hours pass, and they're like, hey, the Mu's out of money. Get on ship. And that is where I've seen a lot of my seniors drop packs.
Yep.
So they said the mission's off because of budget. Whoa. I've never experienced that.
Dude, I think all of us were, it was unexplainable, dude. Like
you don't have to pay me.
Right.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole 48 hours, we should know if we're going in.
Mm-hmm.
And 2-7 was on their like third wave of combat replacements. I think, and now is that
struggling.
So 2-7's
anything?
hurting.
Yep.
Anybody that listens to this, you will know. Anybody from 2-7 at that era, you're gonna know. Like, because I talked to some 2-7 dudes afterwards that went to squad leaders course, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you guys were in Iraq or something, right?" And I was like, "No, we were in Kuwait, waiting."
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Dude, we needed you guys."
It sucks.
And the to feel this hunger, to feel everything, this emptiness in the stomach, like it was horrible. It was horrible. So after that deployment, they took 90% of my peers. And they were like, well, they took 100% of our peers because we didn't have a time to deploy again. We're fapping you out.
That means you get pushed out to gate guard and, cleaning up you're doing
mowing grass and shit.
Mowing grass, and you're on the parade unit that puts up the flag in the morning.
Yeah,
you're doing
dumb
all
shit.
these, doing all these things.
Yeah, and anything they want you to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm at the San Mateo Chow Hall, and my buddy who I joined with in Michigan is an admin dude for CEB.
Was he infantry initially or
Nope.
no? No, admin.
Admin dude for 1st Combat Engineer Battalion, right in San Mateo. And we were eating chow, and they get special needs people to
Yep.
to work at the chow hall. You got this dude boxing.
No, truly.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Like
It's a good program, but it's a little frustrating.
It
at
is.
times.
Yeah.
Here's a nickel. You made a nickel for the day,
Yep.
and they're like shiny.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, and it's very sad, but also like you're like,
At least they're doing something.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you ever want to laugh, like just go to the Yelp page on San Mateo Chow, whatever.
Yeah, dude.
If you have time, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
So, like we go to the San Mateo Chow Hall, the dude's like, my unit's deploying to Afghan. Because I was bitching. I was like, man, we were supposed to go to fucking Afghan. Like, bullshit. And this dude's like, my unit's going to Afghan. And I was like, for CB?
Who is that?
And he's like, yeah. And I go, okay. I've had multiple engineers attached to me. engineer battalion, like CEB gets attached out to grunts. So I then left the chow hall, went back to my room at the Red Tops, talked to my buddy, my roommate, and I said, I'm going over to see the sergeant major. I jumped all sorts of chain of commands. Didn't know what the fuck that meant at that time.
What rank were you?
Corporal.
Corporal.
So I was just got back on my second pump, and I was a corporal. And I went up to the sergeant major, and I was a corporal, and I made a resume. I made a fucking weird, like I Googled it online at the time, like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
So I went up to the sergeant major and stood out. There's a bench, whatever, outside of his thing, and I was like, hey, sergeant major, I'm Corporal Tate. I'll be a saw gunner. I don't care. Like, take me with you. And
what sergeant major? The CEB?
Yep.
Or yeah. So you walked into
Hell yeah.
a different command.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
dude. Oh, dude.
How did that
Take
go?
notes, kids. You can make anything happen. Just be ballsy.
I literally had no idea. So literally, like, I walk into this dude, and this dude's a prior 03
Yeah.
that I come to find out later.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like bipolar, just like any prior 03, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At E9.
Yeah.
And he's like smiling. He's like,
You're like, oh no.
right? And I'm like, hey, he goes, I think I know your sergeant major. I can work some stuff. We'll be in touch. So I show up at his bench every day.
This sergeant major?
Yes.
Yeah.
To the point where he'd walk out of his office going, Corporal Tate, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
I told you I would contact you later, and I was like, really go, sergeant major. You know, like,
How did this go with your command?
my command was, we were out the door. We
just
were-
came back,
We were
yeah.
about to get fapped out. So
Yeah.
like,
No one
Oh,
gives a
okay.
shit.
yeah, nobody.
Well, no, that kind of works to your
It
advantage.
did.
Yeah.
It did, and thank God.
Make things happen,
Um,
dude.
So finally, we're sitting at formation one day, and 1-5 was like, hey, we're needing people to go to 1-5, combat experience. We're going into Afghanistan at the push through the Helmand in 2009. And we were like, right? So we put our names in with 20 of our other peers who are just sitting there talking smack the whole time, like, we should have went in, we should have done this. You know, when the time came, they were like,
Never mind.
I'll do the gate guard, and then I get out.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Mm.
But at this point, like, what did I have to live for?
You're still feeling that way.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, I was like 23.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting mad at my first sergeant. My first sergeant called myself and my roommate in. And he goes, you guys got TAD orders to 1st CEB. And we're like, no. We reject these orders. We want to go to 1-5. And they're like, and the first sergeant, luckily, was a pogue. And he goes, well, get this. While they're dealing with one area of operation, one AO, you're going to be dealing with multiple. So just try it out. And I was like, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
So we went over, and they're like, what the fuck do we want 20311s for?
Gross. Yeah.
Oh,
This guy's retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
these guys are
no,
dumb.
100%. That was my first fucking,
Yeah.
that was my first conversation with the first sergeant over there. And I was
Yep.
like, dog, give me a saw. Let me show you what the fuck you want. And I had chip on my shoulder, all this shit. Like, I had planned to live through the first deployment. And they go, you're going to MAC. I go, what the fuck is MAC? Mobile Assault Company.
Okay.
There you go.
Route clearance.
Oh boy. Here we go.
And I dealt with route clearance in Iraq. 22 vehicle convoy.
Mm-hmm.
all lit up. It was nighttime. They were all lit up. 22 vehicle convoy, fucking blah, 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 dealt with IEDs. Well, when we get to Afghanistan, it's a 6 vehicle convoy. We're in a platoon. And guess who's the V sweep? Hey, diddle diddle. 0311's up the middle.
Yep.
So we punched out, varying to 50 to 300 meters.
Write that down.
Outside the main road. We had 3 sweepers at an echelon. We would vary 50 to 300 meters out on the outskirts of the road, and we were just on patrol the whole time during Afghan. It was amazing, because every time we would get blown up, we would go back to the camp. So it wasn't Bastion, it was Camp Dwyer at the time. And back when Dwyer had like 4 tents and 6 piss tubes.
Was that the British one? I think that was.
Yeah, I think that's when they started that.
This is Sangan?
Almost, kind of, I think. So like Dwyer was way south of Bastion.
I think I was Bastion.
Bastion was I think Sangan was north.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I'd have to look.
No worries.
So again, 4 to 6 tents up, 6 piss tubes. That's Bastion, right? By the time we left, they had like a bus service and all this shit, right? Like to give you guys perspective.
Yeah, that was my first Afghan. Like we occupied some FOB, and then by the time we left, it was like this master center, like crazy compound, and it was because our gunny like fortified, refortified, did all this stuff, and some higher up came and was like, I like what you did to the place, and they made that a key cornerstone of the Helmand province. And it was just like, by the time I was leaving, I didn't recognize the place. Like I couldn't get to the gym, this little shack of a gym, and like I popped in someone's tent looking for somebody. Like, you need to get the fuck out. This is some Pogue unit. I'm like, dude, I'm just looking for my buddies. Like, we're in the wrong tent, buddy.
This is an MWR.
Like, I built this place. Fuck you.
Yeah. And that's what like an Afghan was, right? And it was like, we got there in 2009, and we did the push through the Helmand province. Killed a lot of people, a lot of bad guys.
I'll say they're bad.
Yeah,
I'll say they're bad because you know what these people were doing? They were hurting kids and women. They had a shark beady eyes to them, and I don't really feel bad. We did some stuff, and for a while I felt bad, and then I don't feel bad anymore.
And that's the thing, like you feel bad.
And this is in their own, like whether they're from Pakistan or wherever, this is like their hometown.
Yeah,
they're hurting people.
You feel bad, dude. And like we went through that whole deployment, and I was a hunter and killer team on the right side. And I engaged every day. Every day I shot my weapon. And I think towards the end of the deployment is when we got into our biggest firefight. Great tactics by the enemy.
The one by the canal you're telling me about?
Yep. And I briefed these guys before we went into Afghan on this whole thing. Sun was setting, canal 70 meters, right? Like you couldn't get across this thing, and they just rained hell on us. And yeah, we lost a lot of people that day, but we came out victorious, right? And you look back at it and you're like, shit, they did some good tactics, dude.
Yeah.
From what they had, if I was fighting a conventional or an army with tanks, helicopters, right, rockets, all this stuff, like I'm gonna do the same thing. So they allowed the terrain to manipulate their attack, and that's how we went out in 2009. And then that's when I got wounded from that rocket propelled grenade during that attack. And we only had a few weeks left of operating, so like I wasn't bad as my platoon sergeant who was shot in the face, right?
Mhm.
I wasn't bad as my squad leader who was shot through the brachial. But we lost a lot of good players, so I'm like, all right, fuck. I only have a few weeks left. Like, I'll get looked at when we get back.
Yeah.
So we continue to push, and then I come back and I hit up my monitor because I had re-enlisted over there.
Mm-hmm.
Made a whole whopping $8,000.
Tax free
Yeah.
too,
Tax
man.
free.
No big deal. Can't report that.
Yeah. So IRS. So
All above board.
dude, I hit up my monitor and I go, "Who's the next unit going?" They say 3-5. I say, "All right, sign me up."
Yeah.
So I get surgery. I get pinned on a Bronze Star
Where'd you get hit?
in my shoulder and my arm.
And you're still operable. You're still out there.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. Semi.
If you asked me to pass an ammo can up to you in the turret, I wouldn't be able to. Maybe with
Okay.
this arm.
With my foot.
Yeah.
So you were in this big firefight. You said your biggest firefight, and you got injured by a RPG.
Yeah.
And then after that, were you still doing stuff, or you're kind of laying
For
laying
2
low?
weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing what you could
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
then y'all got ripped out of there.
Yep. Then we got ripped out. We came back, bagpipes and shit, San Mateo. And, like the tears just flow
Mm-hmm.
when the bagpipes play.
Yeah.
You're just like,
That,
and
that pipes have some like
dog. And like,
mythical like.
homie, like
Yeah.
they pull at your strings, dude.
Yep.
And like, so I come
weird.
back, I marry my first wife, right? And I call the monitor because I'm a careerist at that point because I re-enlisted. And where do you want to go? And I said, next unit going to Afghan. He said 3-5, and I said, sign me up.
Mhm.
So I walk over to 3-5, and a lot of my dudes from 2-5 jump ship to 3-5 in March. Well, my orders were for March. This was a month prior, and I walk over and I'm in a sling because I just had surgery, and this unit had just pinned a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart on me, right?
Mhm.
Which my pros and cons were 3-9-4-0. So,
That's out of 5, right?
dude, so yeah. So they did not like me.
Yeah.
So to get that, right, and whatever, and the Taliban gave me the Purple Heart, right? And for them to even produce that medal for me, like, which I did not want. I was in the smoke pit in Afghanistan at Dwyer, and my buddy, he was a sergeant, he came up to me, he said, "Hey, dude, the 3rd platoon sergeant that we had, hey, he just put you in for a Bronze Star." I think it was a Silver Star at that point. I don't remember.
Yeah.
He said,
they
"I
get
just-
dropped down.
I just wrote a statement over this.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to know." And I said, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
And I walked straight to the gunny, and I said, "No." My dudes would have done the same thing for me. Like, no, don't want this. He goes, "You did so much good shit, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Dude, like, I don't want this." And they ended up giving me that, earning it, whatever. I come back, they pin it on me, and I got orders to go to 3-5. Well, I walk over to 3-5 because they're right there. And I go to talk to the gunny that I'm, the company that I'm going to. And I was like, "Hey, what squad am I taking over?"
Mm-hmm.
So I can start training these dudes. I just left their AO.
You're a sergeant at this point?
No.
Still a corporal?
Yeah, because of pros and cons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But still a
going on my 4th deployment, I think it was the 3940 pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
Going on a 4th deployment, it's great. I'm grateful for it because I love spinning every time I can at the rank.
But what did he say to that?
He said, "You're going to be the police sergeant."
Ugh.
And I was in a sling, dude. And I look at him and I go, "The fuck I am, Gunny. Like, I need to be a squad leader." Like, this is my 4th deployment, dude. As an 0311, I just left your AO, and he goes, I don't give a fuck. We've got our guys in order. You're going to be the police sergeant. I left that, and I'll never live this one down, right? Like, I left that. I called the monitor, canceled my web orders. And I feel like a big piece of shit for doing it, right? You know, because...
So what does that mean? You didn't go to 35?
No. So I called
because you were going to be the police sergeant.
Yeah.
And you feel bad about that?
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to run a squad.
Yeah, but why do you feel bad? You were going to show up there and like be in a not tactical position.
Yeah, but
maybe
with as many people as they lost, I would have eventually got the.
So looking back at the deployment they did, you have some regret there.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. And you know, like I'll never be able to fucking live that one down, right? Like it is. I guess what they say it is, right?
Yeah,
like,
woulda, coulda, shoulda. Don't
right?
should yourself.
You know, like I can't put too much thought into it, but I will always have that in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I understand that.
I should have shut the fuck up and performed.
Yeah.
Because eventually, you know, and when you're sitting there, I'm about to go on my 4th deployment, and I'm the first platoon guide, as 2-5 put me, and you see them go over, and then the first week you see the names of the KIA from 3-5 in singing, and those are all your boys, dude. And you're like, fuck, I should have done, you know, and there's nothing I could do to that at this point. Like, there's nothing. That's like your mom dying from cancer at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I can't sit there and dwell about it. I did at the time when I was 24 years old.
Yeah.
I dwelled about it, and I never forgave myself until like I just got older, dude. Yeah. Like
perspective.
Dude. Like, and I did what I did because of everything, and I'll never live myself down because of that. But again, like it's not stopping me from doing everyday operations, dude. Like everyday life. Like at that time, sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did. It shut me down. Dude, like I wouldn't go to the store. I wouldn't do anything because my dudes were dying. But, you know, like you see it from a different perspective, you know, like a few years later, right? So that went on. I went on the 31st MEU. We were in Malaysia during this time. 3-5 was in Sangin. And the tsunami hit Japan in 2011. March 11th. That was my birthday. No big deal. 0311.
311.
That's pretty cool.
Meant
That's
to be.
pretty fucking cool.
So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to bring
happy
this up.
birthday.
I didn't mean to bring this up now,
Yeah.
but
Crazy.
no big deal. So March 11th, that shit hit. And then we left from Malaysia and we did a warpath, right? Because normally the Navy does serpentine, right? They do beep, 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 beep. We went straight to Japan in 2011. And I was 25, I think, at the age I was. And, yeah, we waited out there for a few days. Like, you would go out there, smoking lamps lit. You go out there and smoke, and you see, like, roofs of houses just float by, and you were just like,
Holy
fuck,
shit.
we need to, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And I understand it now.
Yeah.
Because if I'm an American, right, which I am, I think. Just quote me on that.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think
Right.
I
Look
can,
them up.
I can get behind that. I think that's still valid.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Maybe in 20 years.
If I'm a Japanese citizen, I don't want another country, any citizen, right? I don't want another country coming in and helping, dragging people out of the mud and all this shit. I want to do my own for my country at the time.
Yeah, dude.
I
To an
guess.
extent, I can see both sides.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we
You don't want to get stepped on.
we sat there for a few days, and then we went in and dug people out of the mud and moved this pile to this pile, and you know what I'm saying, like helped.
You did humanitarian work.
Yes, that is where I got my humanitarian ribbon.
Here you go.
Where I tell people that I took down a bear. They're like,
There
"What's
you go.
that hand right there?" I'm like, "Well,
I killed a bear.
You got the knife hand award?
You know, I don't want to fucking brag, dude."
I was told I was supposed to get one of those because I was on a boat when someone else did something.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't, but
Okay.
like,
Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
when
we
we
go.
were coming back,
all right, I'm gonna let you tell that story. I
Yeah.
get pissed so bad.
go ahead. When we were coming back
Okay.
onto ship,
Okay.
the nuclear fucking thing was going off. They were scanning our dudes.
Yep.
Then I went on the line, on the big line to the berthing area.
Okay.
I heard 2 Navy personnel arguing. And I'm just sitting there with my pack in my front, just like one boot missing, like, God, just get me back to my berthing
Yeah, I
area.
just want to lay
dude.
down. Fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on, dude. Come on. He goes, I already submitted the roster. And he goes, I'll give you my PSP. And I go, that's where I like looked over, like I canted my head. And, right? And I was like, what the fuck? He goes, fine, I'll put you on it. And it was a humanitarian ribbon.
Yeah.
It was a humanitarian ribbon
Dude,
roster.
People get crazy about that shit.
Dog, and he was like, that dude never left the ship. So if you're out there,
Yeah.
fuck you, dude. I know that you just got that shit. Hey,
That's a
both
fuck
of
you.
you.
He's probably a chief now.
No big deal. He's a
Fat.
senior dog. That dude's probably a senior
Yeah,
chief.
fat. He probably got some Japanese letter tattoo on the back of his head or
Bro,
something.
just, it means
Yeah.
like fucking grateful.
Love or some shit. Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, got him.
Anyway, I thought it was hilarious. So I did
Yeah.
think it was hilarious. I do need to pee, so.
Okay, I'll just sit here on camera awkwardly by myself.
No, dude, you should talk about stuff.
Talk about what? So this one time at band camp, he told me to play the flute, and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I think you need to. This studio is pretty badass, but I think you need to add like OG like Afghan, like some piss tubes in here, right?
What's up?
You need to add some piss tubes in here. No, piss tubes. So you just we sit here and just like
Yeah.
never have to leave, dude. Yeah, I think it'd be fitting of the topic, talking about weird desert stuff.
Yeah,
It'd be fine.
I thought of a concept of called unauthorized maintenance, where
Mhm.
just not cost effective at all, but just like upgrading these military housing out of my own pocket.
Doing some wild things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like, hey, we're going to drill through this floor. We're adding 3 piss tubes that are going to go directly into the drain of my yard.
Yep,
All right,
there you
let's
go.
get started, dude.
let's go.
You just fucking seeing the man
Yeah.
fucking get NJP'd for drilling through floors at
Oh,
military housing.
they wouldn't NJP. They just charge you like $3,000 per hole.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I always want to have a conversation with you about like the fact that I drive by your house
Okay,
and I would see you and your buddies Land Cruisers, your Lexus
doing
GX,
doing
whatever.
weird things. Yeah,
But like not the fact that I want to drive by and show off my Toyota.
Yeah.
It's just that the route I take
Uh-huh.
lets me not have to do a 3-point turn to drive and
out.
park.
Yeah. Okay, checks
And
out.
I
Yeah.
just always want to be like, man, I hope that guy knows I'm not trying to like flex with my arm out the window.
Yeah.
It's like,
You should rev your engine.
Dude,
yeah.
you should have.
I rev my my 3-point slow
Yeah.
3VZE Toyota engine
Hey,
with
dude.
my rusty 2-inch exhaust
That
pipe.
thing will never die. Leave it alone.
2-1, right?
Huh?
2-1, right? Yeah.
2-1.
I'm the only person in the whole neighborhood that opens their garage door and does stuff. It's weird.
I do stuff.
It's weird.
I do stuff. I have a
He doesn't know anymore because he doesn't live over.
Yeah,
know.
I live in the nice place now.
Is it nice though?
The gangs of children running around.
I used
Literal
to live
gangs, dude.
I used to live in the hood across the street,
Yeah.
and we would trick or treat over there.
Mm-hmm.
Still did it this year.
Yeah.
Because this neighborhood's just a little dead, and I like it.
Absolutely dead.
But we would take the kids on the wagon over to the big playground, and
Mhm.
some teenage kid with his girlfriend on the back of his electric scooter was like, "Ah!" and like yells and like tries to freak us out, and
Yeah.
it gets me a little bit. And then I see him, and I'm trying to be cordial. I was like, "What's
Yeah.
up, man?" He's like, "What's up, dude?" Oh, yeah, I tried scaring you earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
almost lost your life, little guy.
no, but just like I really want to slap you right
Yeah.
now, but I know out of all things political and base political, I can't.
Probably not be a
Right.
good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm really mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super angry.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You don't want to go to jail.
No.
You no longer?
You don't want to
You
go
don't
to
wanna
jail.
No,
go to
I
jail.
don't like. I don't want to go to
Yeah.
jail.
No, man.
I don't want to meet the guy in the wheelchair.
Icky.
Yeah.
I'm too pretty.
It's icky. From the 31st Mew,
Okay.
Mhm.
I think
That was 1-5, right? No, not no, 1-5.
it was 1-5, but
1-5?
I was with First CB,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then I went back to 2-5.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to be a combat instructor.
Okay.
Gross.
What SOI, right?
SY West. Yeah.
Hey, I don't think
Gross.
that's a bad place.
No, it wasn't. But I feel bad for those guys because I treated them like junior enlisted warriors. You know, like-
Jews.
yeah, I
Yeah.
treated
Whoa,
them.
dude.
I
Whoa.
treated them.
We're going there.
Yeah, I treated them pretty bad.
I think that's all right.
But yeah, I think they turned out well.
Yeah.
Then I endured the hardest part of my Marine Corps career was going to 3rd Marines.
Mm-hmm. That's Hawaii.
Yes.
Gross.
Yeah. 3rd Marines was yeah. So imagine like you got a bunch of dudes, go-getters that are willing to do anything,
But they
but are just slated to do a UDP.
yeah.
Mhm.
No hope.
Yes.
Literally none.
You were destined to float on a boat.
Yes.
Or go sit.
If that,
Yeah.
you would leave Mackey Hall to go to a better place in Okinawa
Mm-hmm.
and sit there.
Is
and
that
be-
what a UD? I don't even really know what a UD. I
So,
kind of
yeah.
talked out of turn.
So yeah, unit deployment program, right? Like a UDP. So we would go there and be like, "Hey, 5th Marines like, or 7th Marines like, you really gonna do Cobra Gold?"
You guys want
And-
to do some stuff?
And they would be like, "Nah, we can't do it because we got this other important shit. Y'all can take care
We're
of it."
fighting
Yeah.
a war. We don't want
So-
to train right now.
So
Yeah.
we would go do like Cobra Gold and stuff like that,
Mhm.
which again, like it wasn't bad. You're training with a different military from a different country that
Yeah.
you know, like
Learn good
uh,
stuff. Yeah. For sure.
yes, but the guys at that point did not see it like that.
No.
Yeah, it's
I've-
hard to when kind of like what you're saying that regrettable instance you calling your detailer. It's like you're seeing people on the news. You have buddies. They're doing the shit.
Yeah.
The thing I signed up to do
Right,
Mhm.
to get some. And then you're doing a training op
right.
with a foreign military, and you're just like,
For not only
I'm gay.
not only a year, but for 4 years.
I will say though, like the 3rd Marines guys, like a decent amount of them I've like worked with after they left, like they're super proficient, like
Good.
very well trained dudes, right? And like the ones that stick it out and they're like, hey, like I understand, you know, like it just is what it is, but they're very well trained dudes. You
That's
just
good.
No outlet,
That's
Yeah.
good because the ones I've dealt with are horrible.
really.
Horrible, dude. Like
I've had
and
both, but
I've
You're trying to paint it.
yeah, I'm trying to
yeah,
help
that
you
is-
out, all
no,
right?
that
Glass
is-
is half full.
dude, and that's
I'm trying to patch the bullet wounds right now. All right, calm down.
dude, and like I
Recon sucks. No, I'm
I-
kidding.
I get
Yeah,
it.
that
I
does
get
check
it.
out. Fuck them.
I get it. It's there, but I say they're horrible. I've met a few that are good.
Anything since 2009.
I get it. They've done some stuff, right? But I think the hardest thing for me was creating buy-in for them.
Oh yeah.
Two things that the 3rd Marines should be good at is mount and defense.
Yeah.
Two things that they're horrible at
It's-
is mount and the defense. They got a mount town on base, guys.
Yeah. Check out.
Which like as a squad leader for me, I'd be jumping them fences, like just
Yeah.
going to clear.
Let's go hang out in there.
Not saying you should do that now,
You should
right?
do it.
but what I'm
Debab.
saying is
Don't
They were just
be
on it.
a pussy.
they were just on a different level, dude. And like and for a dude to come there with combat experience, right? And them to sit there and go like, what am I here for? You had to explain it to him because you've seen the worst in combat. What's the worst in combat to you? You losing your buddy's life in your arm, like in your arms, going, shit, man. Well, you know, like I've done, I've applied a pressure testing. I've applied this, and them to look at you and go, all I want to do is combat.
Do you really though?
It's a hard one, right?
It is, and you have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, why did I join?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why did I join? And you got to sit there and go, do you really want that? All right, well, I'm going to get you to that level. Whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
But God damn it, you don't want that.
No.
Because when you go into combat, people live their lives. People not only lose their lives like enemy, but your friends.
And
I think that's the problem. Like, people don't explain that. Like, everyone's like, yeah, let's go fucking kill some people. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But, like, they have a voice, too. Like, they have guns, too, dude.
Yeah.
You're not just going, like, shooting random people with no guns.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like,
Calm the fuck down.
my take on it, I went to a place, and we had...
He said...
Yeah, and we had an officer out there,
Okay.
and we were doing a rip, and this officer wanted to get into a firefight. He's like, man, I just want to get into a firefight before I leave so I can get my combat action really very clearly.
Jesus.
Yeah, and
whoever you are, I
I'm in
hope
the-
you get cancer.
I'm in the back seat of this Land Cruiser, and I'm like, sir, it's the guy they're ripping with. Is like, dude, I don't want anything to do with what you're saying.
Yeah, let's calm the fuck down.
Get that bad juju away from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, sir, people want Star Wars firefights. People want the stormtrooper to not hit the broadside of a barn
Yep.
and be able to take a sniper shot on these heads of these stormtroopers easily from miles away.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the reality.
No.
People get hurt. Your buddy dies. You die. You get hurt. You get mangled. And then also, you know what? If you do have a better situation where people come less unscathed through, later on, you start to think about your enemy that used to be a baby and what were they fighting for.
All right.
And it's hard. It's fucking weird because I wanted to get some. I got some. And then it wasn't perfect and you want to get more, but then you have to, it's fucking
All right,
messy.
Be careful what you ask for.
So in
Yeah.
the streets of Ramadi, dude, like we went through shit. Like we went through shit, but didn't lose anybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those deployments were insane.
Dude, like we got a
Like, I
few
don't-
bullet wounds, dude,
Yeah.
but didn't lose any.
Yeah.
It's just like
So
the luck, dude.
yes, and to the luck of I remember a team leader going, take a knee, and this dude took a knee
Mm-hmm.
because his team leader told him to take a
Yeah.
knee,
Take a fucking knee, dude.
and his sappy plate pushed up,
Yep.
and he got shot in the top,
Mm-hmm.
right where his throat would be, but where he took a knee, his sappy plate pushed up, and you're like, oh fuck, like he just got hit.
Yeah. But he's still here because he
Right.
fucking listened.
Right. And like the dude was like on patrol with us like within the next few weeks, like, and you look at it and you're like, what if you lost a dude?
Yeah.
You know, and you don't know how to explain that to people. Like, but not only that, but like, all right, all those times that we didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're going out as a 19-year-old kid. You're a 19-year-old kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
People are trying to kill me. I'm trying to kill them.
Mhm.
Even if nothing happens.
I'm still.
I have so many peers that won't collect disability because of this.
Yeah.
Because why? They got their own. I've got my limbs.
Yeah.
And you have to sit there and go, dude, 19 years old, you went out and blah blah. Blah. You're like, you went out and you came back and you're sweating and blah blah blah, and like everybody's trying to kill you, dude. You don't think that fucking does something to your mental?
Absolutely.
The wars the battles you've already gone
Yeah,
through.
you play in your head.
Even with conversations I'm gonna have with people, I've already rehearsed that.
Yeah.
How many different times? Oh, we're going on a patrol, and you go on patrol after patrol after patrol. The scenario you go over, the scenario you're trying to, as a corpsman, as a machine gunner, I'm trying to think of tourniquet, return fire, this, that, like, and then it doesn't happen.
Especially
and
at that time. Especially at that time where you're like, we trained to worst case scenario.
Yeah, so it fucks your brain up.
Right. And
I
tell my peers this, and they're just like, nah, man, I'm good. And I'm like, are you though?
Yeah. You see every person, at least for me, like I see every person in the squads that I've had, right? Or even my platoons. Like I've personally played through a scenario where each and every one of them have died.
Mm-hmm.
And like you see their face, you know what I mean? Like, and whether it happened or not, like just the, I guess, psychosis you go into like in a situation like that. Like it might not happen, but you're trying to prepare yourself, which I think is like you trying to train yourself, you know, to like not freak out in the moment if it does happen.
Yeah.
But like I think it like actually fucks your head up because you're like, I've seen, you know, every person pretty much I've ever met in the Marine Corps die. And you're like,
I've literally went to the locals. I went to the local McDonald's.
okay.
Ordered a McFlurry.
Okay.
And the person behind me has pulled out a knife. And I've killed everybody in that restaurant.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I've got that McFlurry, and I was like, this is delicious.
Yeah.
You're painting the scenario.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He didn't literally kill him. All right. So
Maybe. I don't know.
No,
Don't look it up.
I had an experienced engineer on my first Afghan pump. And I say first, I've only done two, and the second was a closeout. And he got in trouble with like mental health. And like, you ever think about like hurting yourself or killing anybody? He's just like, yeah, I think about killing people all the fucking time.
All the fucking time.
I think about fucking taking that pencil and stabbing you in the throat because you're a threat to me.
Yeah.
And like, red flag,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
holy shit, what's going on here? And like, that actually kind of helped me not say the wrong thing.
Yeah. Which is
you
sad
because locked up for
which is
72
sad,
hours.
'cause you shouldn't not be able to say some shit like that to
Nobody
somebody.
wants to drink milk from a package.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll drink milk from a carton.
I wanted to say this. I work in a clinic now, and I'm walking through the clinic. Everybody's waiting in the sick area, and I see some fucking like Old Spice commercial. It's all whacked out, whatever. And I saw this guy, and just want to tell him like, dude, doesn't watching these fucking commercials make you want to put a bullet through your head? Not truly, but
Right,
like
yeah,
it
it's
gives
just
me
like
this feeling of like, what fucking weirdness
What the
is
fuck
this?
kind of shit? Yeah.
But I knew I couldn't say that.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't express myself on that because this guy would be like, whoa, and I don't know him well enough.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a weird thing where you want to express yourself, but you don't want to imprison yourself.
Mhm.
It's a weird time.
It's a
think-
weird.
I think what we talked about a couple times was like, yeah, like, you know, you're fucked up in the head or whatever, you know, or whatever you deem, right?
Sure.
It's all individual, right?
Yeah, I agree.
We all, again, like we talked about earlier, like you perceive things in a different way than everyone else. But I think that like people don't really see the value in like, especially dudes getting out because they're like, you know, fuck the circus. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck the circus.
No, that was
dude.
my first time.
This shit's
Yeah.
retarded, right? But also like, you're gonna get out and not have the clowns anymore.
Yep.
Like,
What do you mean by that?
you're never gonna be able to like, if you get out, right? You're gonna probably never see the people that you deem as like your brothers, right?
Yeah. No, for
You'll
sure.
probably never see them again. You'll never have the outlet of like, I can pick up my phone and be like, hey, dude, come over and drink.
Yep.
Come over and hang out.
Yep.
And you just sit there and you talk about probably some shit you should never say out loud.
Mhm.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, but you could never talk about that shit with anyone else
Mhm.
you'd ever meet in your whole life.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like I've talked about shit with him that I've never probably ever say out loud to anyone else,
Right.
including like my wife.
Yep.
And I love my wife to death, but like I'm not gonna put some of that shit on her. You know what I mean?
As well as it doesn't translate.
No, she doesn't understand. And like people, even like just normal people, like they don't. You could say something to them, and they're just like they take it as like, wow, you're fucked up.
So and I'll bring up the whole topic of I'll bring up the whole topic of getting back. Right?
Yeah, there we go.
We get back from deployment. All right, so I did a few deployments as a UDP, right, and then I went Pogue Life for a little bit.
What's that mean? You're an instructor?
Nope, I was a training chief for
3rd Marines.
For a battalion.
Okay.
Sorry. Right? So I laid the foundation of training, which other occupants, other job personnel don't care about
They don't
training.
give a shit. Yeah,
They don't care.
they just want to go home.
But you can respect that from a different point of view if your job is X, Y, and Z, right? Your job is to locate the enemy and identify where they're at. Now I'm going to go sleep.
Yeah. Go do the
So-
boom booms and the boom booms and then go to
Right.
sleep.
So go to sleep. So I did that.
Or try.
Then I went to 2-1. I did another deployment. And
He said.
I mean, 1-7, no shit, but 2-1.
2-1
Whoa,
got
whoa, whoa.
smoke.
What was it? I don't remember the acronym. Sorry.
So
It was
I'll push later.
Gunsmoke Professionals and then also Ghost Battalion.
There's
And then Ghost Company was like, we'll take that.
way too much going on.
So much.
yeah.
Pride, devotion, loyalty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something
Bro,
like
in
that.
Fox Company, we had loyalty beyond.
Loyalty beyond. Well, I just threw.
Because I would kill you.
Yeah, like you were a common sergeant too, right?
Nah.
Okay.
I did.
The no loyalty speech thing. You know what I'm talking about?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Loyalty speeches where it's like, hey, you just beat the fucking shit out of this kid, and you're like, hey man, like I know I just beat the shit out of you, but like it's because of a reason, you know? Like don't say anything about it. It's okay, you know, kind of shit. Yeah, that was you.
I mean, that was me getting beat up by my brothers my entire
Yeah.
life.
That's good.
Dude.
Because I love you.
Because do it because I love you. I kicked you in the head 75 times because I love you.
And you indeed.
And they're just like, okay,
He loves me.
he loves me.
So I leave. All right. So I do a few UDPs, which people in the
And those
world-
are static. Those aren't on a boat.
Okay.
I was confused. Sorry.
they will be sometimes. Sometimes, but people will say, not a deployment. All right, motherfucker, you ever have kids?
Yeah.
You ever leave for 7
You
fucking
ever
months?
kids?
That was, dude, when
Dog.
I was single, you could do
Dog.
almost anything but ass rape me. Like,
Yeah,
I
whatever,
didn't give a
care.
fuck.
Yeah.
I have my littlest one was newborn on last deployment, and that just sucked
Dude.
so hard. I was
You
in
ever
a
have kids?
nightmare.
I don't know.
They're
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
you had Starbucks, but like, yo, I'm in a nightmare right now
Dude.
of
Yeah.
waking up in a foreign place. I can't believe I'm here. This sucks.
Straight up. So, and that's the thing. Like, I do 5th and 6th deployments in UDPs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, real tough dude right here. Fuck you,
We just did a 5-round circuit, so I'm pretty fucking tough. I
dude.
don't know.
Like, yeah, dog. Come work out with me, cut.
Oh, dude.
Dude, like
I have
straight
an
up,
offline
like,
story about that. It's hilarious.
straight up, like, dude. They're like, Okinawa deployments don't count. All right, cool. Have kids, man.
Yeah.
Who's dad? Uncle who?
Oh. Yeah.
Uncle who came by the house?
Oh.
So, dude, like, like, I do a few deployments with these guys. I create buy-in, and then like, who's doing the next spaghetti mag tab? Special purpose mag tab. Because why? All right.
You miss it. Yep, gotcha.
Not because I miss it,
Oh.
because I'm scared of who's leading you guys.
Checks out.
If
To
you
be honest,
don't do it yourself, it's gonna be fucked up.
to be honest, man, like it's who's leading you, and we're at the ball at Mar 4-Pack
Was it the
In
before
Hawaii.
you came to us? Okay, all right.
in Hawaii, and this lieutenant colonel goes, "Hey, Gunny, where are you going after this?" And I go, "I'm going to Camp Pendleton. I'm going to 2-1. And we're going on special purpose mag tab." And then I remember I look at my wife and I go, "Fuck, I meant to tell you that."
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Nah, dude, that's pretty much every podcast. Sorry,
Dude, like-
I meant
like-
to tell you I was
Yeah,
gonna be
sorry.
occupied for 3 hours.
Like straight
Sorry.
up, dude. Like,
Good. I like it.
And dude, she's a G, dude. Like, she's like,
Yep.
whatever. And fast forward, I check in. I buy a house here in Oceanside.
Solid investment
Thank you.
Psychopath.
to your kids, to the kids in the world.
To
Yeah.
an
If you can be in a place for 5 years and buy a house, do it.
from an ASFAB waiver.
Or just be super broke like me.
Yeah, I live on base. I got a base house upgrade, whatever you call.
Yeah, there you go.
We elevated in pay,
Yeah, there you
but
go.
guess what? Base housing just
Still
takes
takes it, yeah.
more.
You know, the only reason I started buying houses was because I went to Staff Academy in like 2017.
Okay.
All right. I was sitting there and I was like, days and off for like, blah, 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 blah. It's garbage.
Some dude with like 3 ribbons telling you how to live your life.
100%.
Yeah, crazy.
Was he an
And-
officer?
And no.
No. Enlisted.
No, God, they were enlisted. And
Yeah,
he
gross.
stood up and he was
Even
like,
worse.
I grit my teeth at
"How
it.
many people own houses?" And I go, and there were 100 people in our
like 98 of them were like,
dog.
you're like,
100%.
am
Dude,
I
like,
fucked up?
yeah, 60% of them raise their hands.
I'm an 03.
And they go, and I'm looking around and they go, "All right, lower your hands if you don't own 2 houses."
Shit.
And I looked around and I was like,
That's pretty G.
"What the fuck?"
What the fuck?
And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dog, I own 2 sea bags,
Yeah.
1 kit bag."
Yep.
I've been to combat.
Yeah.
There's like, good for you,
Bitch.
man. Do you own a
Yeah,
house?
right?
I've killed
And I
hella
was like-
people.
So literally I flew back to Hawaii. I'm dating my 3rd wife now at the time.
Calm down.
God damn.
Calm down, sir.
I know.
I mean, he is
I'm gonna show my wife this podcast.
he is in
Good.
his 7, so it checks out.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
That's how you get promoted.
I literally have a star on the divorce ribbon. But like, so
That should be a ribbon.
so I leave that place, right? And I'm renting a place with my third wife, and I love you. And
You're good. Keep going.
I go out, bought a place as
Yeah.
a single staff. Said, "Fuck it." 4 bedroom, 3 bath, place in Hawaii.
How long had you been a staff sergeant?
Good question.
But don't you like?
Next
I
question.
remember a sergeant got promoted to staff sergeant in 17 and got kicked out of the barracks. And they're like, "We don't give a shit where you live. Go find a place." He was unprepared and he was living on the CP floor. It was just like, "Good Lord, get it together."
Yep.
So when I left this place and went to Hawaii, I was married to my 2nd ex-wife. Then her and I got into a tussle,
A tussle.
is what it's
Yo-
called.
Y'all grappling, doing
It-
some
It
jujitsu.
was like a tickle fight.
No,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
was sanctioned.
dude, like we were both young, dude, and like All right, we
I was
split.
young. I was 32.
Yeah, wasn't even like
No, I'm just
20,
fucking. I'm,
like
just,
20 something.
I'm
So-
facetious. I like
so,
to
like,
throw punches.
Yeah.
We
Keep doing it.
we split, and then dude, I go on a deployment, came back, met my third wife, Sierra, right, and
Current?
She's a
Current.
gangster.
What a
she
nice
is.
lady.
She's
Yep.
an OG, dude.
Oh, yeah.
She's 10 years younger than me. However,
However,
2?
20 years older than me.
Mature.
absolutely.
And not in ways women don't want to be mature.
Yeah. Mentally.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
My wife's 1 day older than me, so I like cougars.
I've
yes.
literally seen her look at him and be like, diffuse his whole mind with her eyes. And
Oh
I'm
God,
That's pretty
yeah,
sick.
whoa.
yeah, dude. Like
Our
straight
wives
up.
need to hang out.
Like, you can
because
see it, dude. It's like a fucking beam, dude. She just like looks at him and just like,
10
Yes,
years younger than me.
yeah.
How long to this date? How long have y'all been together?
2016 is when we
I
started.
can't do that math, but the good.
That's a long time
Yeah,
from now.
2016 to 23.
That was like 300 years ago. That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
4 plus
At least
3.
2.
Shit. You keep saying numbers and I can't.
We're like 6-7 years
I
in.
You're
can't
welcome.
finish it.
We're like
4
6-7
plus-
years in.
Hey.
4 plus 3. Whatever 4 plus 3 is.
We're like 7 years in,
Yeah.
dude.
That was good.
That's
math.
8.
That was good math.
No, that's 8, but yeah, that's
That
fine.
was good.
I threw another finger out there. But
A,
you know,
B,
hey,
C,
dude.
D. All right.
So, I get a hookup from Hawaii.
You're a staff sergeant?
I just got promoted to gunny.
Okay.
No big deal.
No big
Wow.
fucking deal.
Bitch.
Wait,
Bitch.
try and make this quick as possible. Going from sergeant to staff sergeant to gunny, is it your peers get together in a room and say, here, this person, this person, this person, this person? Or is it all based off merit, score, PFT, yada, yada,
All right,
like Lance to fucking sergeant?
So I was on my 5th
Oh, boy.
deployment as a sergeant, and I was living in a tent, 2-man tent by myself. Thank God.
Out in San Diego?
No,
No.
no, I was in Korea. I don't know if you've ever been there.
No, I haven't.
Nope.
So I was in Korea.
You got your Korean vets hat or what?
I was smoking cigarettes inside my tent.
He's eating Skittles.
Dude, I was smoking cigarettes inside my tent, and somebody comes on, beep, 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 zzz. And I was like, and they were like, hey,
Omnis.
you got promoted. You got, dude, you got the number to staff.
You're
And I
going
was
to get me
like,
fucked up.
Yeah.
and I was like, what?
We'll ignore that. You're
Yeah.
a staff sergeant. now.
We'll just get rid of that one.
Dude, they're like, I'm like waving off the cigarette smoke, and they're like, you got promoted to staff. And I was like, what the fuck?
What does that mean?
The numbers are out? I
What?
don't know how this shit works.
Dude, that's how it is, bro. You don't know shit because you're like
Dog.
on the boys, you know? Like you're leading squads, training
Thank
dudes.
you.
Yep. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you're a staff sergeant now. Also,
You
here's
got a
these
number.
10 million things you should know.
You got a number.
No
By
one's
the
gonna
way,
tell you
you're
to do
on
it.
duty. By the way, you're on duty on
Yeah.
Friday.
Also, hey, Excel, McTims.
Do you know what Excel is?
Yeah.
You're like,
Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Excel
like,
at
what?
life?
There was some Navy
What?
SEAL. I think he was on Joe Rogan.
What is
I
that?
think I forget his name. He's just like, you know what the most important thing as a Navy SEAL is? Excel spreadsheet. And what's the other one with the slides?
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
Yeah. Dude,
Dog,
they don't tell you that shit.
I'm telling you, dude. Like you go in, you're like, the fuck. So then, like, all right, man. Like, I get it. My 6th deployment, I'm still gunning.
Hell yeah.
Dude. Like, I'm still
At what rank?
Staff
Staff?
sergeant.
Fucking hell yeah.
I'm still gunning, dude. I'm still gunning because
Goals.
even as a squad leader, all right, I train my dudes to understand if I look this way, if I look that way, if I fucking do anything, I got 3 dudes under me, right? Who know my movements.
So you're a bird dog.
Dog, I'm
Point
not,
out.
Pointing. You're like,
I am not sitting there with the radio antenna that's like, shoot me now. Dude, like, I'm gunning, and if I do some movement, my dudes know.
Yeah.
What the fuck I mean.
That's sick.
And
that's fucking tight.
And if my PFCs need to shift, they shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit there and scream.
That is what I trained to my guys.
Mm-hmm.
And even as a platoon sergeant, I train that to my guys because I still want to fucking lay down lead, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to load 30 rounds in my mag and go.
It's a paperweight. Yeah.
I laid down 10.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. You even when, I went to 2-1, I was a company gunny for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't hitting shit. I wasn't hitting shit, but I still laid down some rounds.
Suppressing.
And they go, you're off the target. You're going to get cut off. And I look over and I saw the snipers right next to me. And I go, it's those motherfuckers.
It's them. They're fucked up, Tommy.
They're fucked up. And then got me a few more rounds to squeeze. Yeah. And dude, you just can't stop gunning.
Nope.
Because you get up in rank, dude. Like, I want the full loadout. I want to go with these guys go with.
That's a kind of a overarching problem.
The dying breed of.
Yeah, it's like, hey, dude, like, yeah, you can tell someone like, hey, the OG days, right? Because you're talking about the OG days. Like, let's be real. Like, you're talking about shit that like I was a fucking child for, right? You know what I mean? Like, I still saw it on the news and like definitely wanted to go do it, right? But like, you're talking about shit that like I can't replicate ever again, right? And then, but you're still willing to like put your fucking gear on, actually wear your gear, which is crazy. You have gear, which most, higher enlisted people, they're like, they wear gear with nothing on it. You know what I mean? Like,
or you're the officer that went and bought his own shit.
Yeah.
Unauthorized gear.
Yeah, and they show up and they like wear it to like look at something and they don't do anything with the boys. But then you're sitting there like telling them like, hey, back in the day, like I did all this shit. Like people just don't believe you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus if you show them like, hey, dude, I'll throw my gear on and we can fucking fight.
Yeah.
And that's where you get like the younger dudes, the younger generation to realize like, hey, this is really about it.
Yeah.
Because like your body hurts 10 million times more than, the PFC.
You gotta haze yourself in order to haze the boots.
And
like
you
your fucking knees. There's
not
no
haze.
cartilage.
And not
That's
haze.
I'm using that as a broad term.
Yeah.
And that's a broad term, right? Like haze, but like show them
Yeah. Show them.
that we trust you.
Yeah.
So you should trust us.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and they don't trust you unless they see you do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And also a bit of suffering too. Like I'm suffering.
Yeah.
I don't show it, but I'm at the front. I'm leading the pace.
Yeah.
That pace is hard for y'all.
It's hard for me.
Hard for me.
I can feel my bones just grinding.
You know Staff Sergeant Pass?
I don't think so.
He was Cat Red.
I remember him.
I went, dude, I had like 2 field ops before we deployed. And we did unknown distance. Like, oh, dude, we're just going like 2 miles away up the road. I'm like, all right. I kept up.
Sick.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I hate fucking running, dude, but I'll put a pace on you. It hurts me a little, but, I want them to hurt too.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's good, man.
That's the shit right there.
Yeah.
That's the shit. Yeah.
My mother is on the way from the airport, and she's going to sleep in this bed right here. But
there's a bed in there?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty nice too.
There's a bed in there?
Yeah.
So
I'm shocked.
SP MagTaf. Let's get to it.
Spaghetti Mag.
Here we go.
Right.
I need another beer. Fuck.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Sorry.
I got
Should.
my own. We're fine.
All right.
These are cold.
So Spaghetti MagTaf, I go with Gunsmoke, 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with the Pale Rider, Fox Company.
Got the flag in my garage. It's fine.
Fuck yeah.
So, I get there. everybody is beyond.
Can I
Just
can I hit like when me and like Danny showed up? Okay. Well, he's leaving.
I'll be right back. When Danny showed up.
Yeah. So me and Danny show up. Obviously, like 1-7 guys, right?
yeah.
And back to the whole like purpose thing, because that 2-1, I think before that hadn't done a deployment anywhere.
No.
For a minute.
No.
Right. Like at least 2 generations of dudes. You know, like I'd say like 8 years probably.
Yeah.
And we show up and like no one gives a fucking shit about anything.
No.
Like they don't fucking care about anything.
Let's just talk about this. Firewatch.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's just say Firewatch. Nobody cares about anything.
No one cares about anything. And then we show up and like obviously Danny he is who he is, you know.
Yeah.
Very set in his ways.
Yep.
You know. I love that dude.
I love him.
But we came in and like kind of like, you know, humble at first because I think that's very important to be humble, right? And
Sure.
we show up and then it's just a fucking shit show of like senior Marine, quote unquote senior Marines, whatever the fuck that means, right? Whatever you take that as. Just being like best friends with their boots, like their boots doing whatever the fuck they want, like just, oh man, it was just terrifying. But then, and then we kind of fixed that, and then we got into like the starting like looking at the senior Marines, and like they didn't understand a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we kind of put things in perspective real quick.
Yeah.
I think that they kind of took to that pretty well. Just perspective thing. And then you showed up and just started fucking hazing everybody.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Relative term.
I think a kick to the chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, and this is what I talked to my wife about is kicking them to the chest, putting a boot to their chest.
Mm-hmm.
I think was amazing.
Yeah.
Would you say a perspective check?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's always again, last podcast, perspective checks. Looking yourself in the mirror after a hard day and you're like, whoa, I need to change some shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because the guys needed that because not only
Good dudes.
Yeah, great guys.
But
But you guys had from your level down. And they wanted that from a company level down? Nah, get fucked, homie.
Yep.
Like you want me to take you to medical? Dog, you're a 101. I'm a 101.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking. Yeah, that feel it. Yeah. Who gives a shit, dude?
So
You don't get to heat case in the fleet. Sorry. Fuck you.
Again, dude,
no.
like if you're a 103, I'll take you in.
Yeah.
Dude, like
as a little Lance Corporal Creek taking my boots out for a log run in 29 Palms, some corporal stopped us and I fucking totally showed my rank. But he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's in a car. He's like, "It's Black Flag." I was like, "All right, man.
It's a black flag all the time, dude. Shut
Okay,
up.
dude. Yeah, sure. But we're finishing up, buddy. Yeah, take care in your car. Keep going.
Yeah.
I remember the same thing in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Black flag. I'm kicking sand in people's face.
Yeah.
And they were like, "It's a black flag." And I'm like,
What does that mean?
that's awesome.
And another thing when I showed up in November, right around Thanksgiving time. They're like, deployment's off.
So,
Oh, you showed up right during ITX, right?
Right after.
okay.
fuck,
and
Deployment's off.
Oh,
so I showed up.
fuck.
I showed up right before ITX,
Oh, fuck.
and I showed up right before ITX, and we were going on the last mission. MWX is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
53 days now. And I was like, all right, bet. So I'm sitting out there. The company commander brings us all in, and he goes, "Hey, we're not going on the spaghetti MAGTF anymore." And I was like, Jesus, that's not how you want to lead these guys
That's
into the
not
last
good.
exercise.
Dude,
You don't tell them those words in that
I'm
order.
sorry.
destroyed.
So these dudes are all fucking upset. I bring them all in, and I sit there and I tell them a funny story about me in Korea.
Yep. I still remember to this day.
I just want to let y'all know, from this point on, apparently I've been told, it is audio only.
Good.
We're going to be all right.
All right.
So I bring these dudes in, and they're like, "All right, what?" And I'm like, "Hey, check this out. This is my time in the Asian countries. Because in the Asian countries, the UDPs, people wish they were doing the fucking time with people in the spaghetti MAGTF, special purpose MAGTF.
Yep.
Well, I told them, I said, people in the special purpose MAGTF wish they were banging hookers.
Absolutely, dude.
Doing what you're doing. And
Yep.
they were like, you know, so I'm like, whatever. All right. So I leave, you know, I go to 2-1, and these dudes are my enlisted dudes, and I love these dudes. And we go into Iraq. And I didn't know how much Iraq really fucked with me.
You were tripping for a minute, dude.
Dude, I was tripping.
You had some flashbacks.
Bro, I had some multiple flashbacks. And
Probably restart the camera because he's going to go crazy here soon.
100%.
I don't know what to do. I've never been in this situation before.
I had some multiple flashbacks of like going through Iraq. Dude, like I would have dreams of goddamn drones coming through my window.
Yeah.
It blew me the fuck up. Dude, like I was fucked up. Now, fast forward that.
Okay.
I leave Iraq. I go to Afghanistan.
We'll leave that whole part out of that one.
I leave Iraq and I leave Afghanistan.
Yep.
And then I see Justin, right? And his dudes.
The brown cow.
Yeah.
Is that you?
And,
Yeah, that's me. Apparently.
and I felt more comfortable. Are we on video at all?
No.
Do you
I
want to
don't.
restart?
I don't know how.
Okay.
We're fine though, because I'm trying to get this to an audio format anyway. So this will push me to put this on Apple Podcasts.
Okay. Either way.
Whatever.
All right.
I-
So
I'm ugly as fuck.
So-
I think we're
that's
good,
probably
yeah.
good.
So
We got plenty of recording time.
Yeah, there you
go.
All
On
right.
audio.
so
you didn't tell me there was a timeline to this. So.
There isn't, but the shit got fucked up. I'll be completely honest. I got a shot of testosterone right before this. I'm on TRT. I fucking had to rush back. I slept in late. I have a impromptu 96. I slept in. I was supposed to sleep till 8. I woke up at 9. My wife wanted to clean up a little bit more. And I was late to my appointment. I was late to y'all. And apparently I didn't clear the cards enough to, but
well, either way, we're here.
Either way.
this is sick. This
We're
is
about
going
to-
way better than I
Yeah.
Can we
thought.
do this again?
Yeah. I'm so down.
100%. This is
So down.
this is really good.
Dude,
I think we should do a part 2.
yeah, I think we should. Even if you got to cut it off, dude.
Yeah.
I think we should do
I
a
think
part
we
2.
should do 10 minutes out,
Okay.
and then
Do we wanna do that?
we do a hard out.
Okay. Cool.
This
and-
was really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was really. We didn't know it. Get to the script a little bit. We didn't know each other, right?
Yeah.
certainly didn't know you very well. You know,
I've been said shit this whole time. Hello.
No, I'm talking about like I just remember your Land Cruiser and it's just like, man, I hope this dude doesn't think I'm a fucking weirdo driving by his Land Cruiser in my old Toyota. By the way, I love Toyota Lexuses.
I love that thing. I want your truck.
Yeah, we can talk about it. I got some things planned for it. But
okay, all right.
You didn't know I was prior infantry until the time I asked you to be on the podcast at the Crosses, did you?
No.
We had met before.
Yeah.
Do you have a special place in your heart for corpsmen?
I do.
Because I remember seeing you again, my gunny at the time. Fucking awesome dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Advon going on the SP MagTaf and everybody's hungover, right? And you're yelling out the first time I ever remember you. You're like, "Hey, we can't take knives on the plane, only guns. Put your knives in the sea bags. Your guns are good. No knives."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I see you walking around with stacks. I was like, oh, this dude's a sniper. And then talk to Stacks, whatever. And throughout the deployment, we run into each other. And you're like, yo, what's up, Doc? I'm like, oh, he must know. I'm fucking prior 03. But you're always like super, super cool as a gunnery sergeant, which isn't always the case.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this guy's fucking rad. And, you know, come across you in Afghan. You went native. I showed you the video of you giving water to a child. That was fucking really like heartwarming.
Yep.
In a quick way, what do you think about all that? What do you think about the closing out? Because I have my certain feelings and views on it.
You know, I have one dude, one of the sergeants that brings me back to it every time. Not you.
Hi, sir.
We can't see hand and arm signals on the podcast. Right?
Yes, chef.
He came up to me and he said, Gunny. And I was on the shitter house at the time. I was on the shitter house when Pale Rider was the first ones. Fox Company was the first ones that pushed outside the gate.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Let's set the record straight real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
We pushed out. We were the first ones that pushed out. And he came up to me and he said, Gunny, there's a gold Toyota coming right at us. We need to fucking leave now. And I looked at him and I said, hey, blank your name. I will die on this hill. And that sunk in. And then he got on the line. And we then continued operations. You know, for him to do that, I understood that I made it to the masses, too. Like, I made my speech to the masses.
You had an impact.
Yeah.
And you could see that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would never let these dudes down. I would never let them go. I was out there for everything. And these dudes understood that. And if they were going through it, I was going through it. The first IED scare, I sat there with my helmet off and I held the civilians. I don't think I ever wore my helmet.
I don't think you did either.
It was like an accessory, honestly.
You know, and there's a lot of things that I think we should pick up on podcasts too.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, dude, like there's a lot of things that I don't want to name names.
Yeah, no, I'm
but I will name billets.
yeah. I have some feelings on some shit too.
And I think we should do a podcast too
Yeah, no, I think that's
on this. And I think it should be you, me, and Justin. And we should talk about that, this, and coming home.
Yeah, I think coming home is because the thing that happened like is what it is, you know.
mm-hmm.
Shit. Okay, cool. Check. Bad.
To be honest,
Like
dude,
coming home, I think is a thing that maybe
Coming home's weird.
maybe people watching this might like take some away from that, you know. Like
I remember we got our shot, we got our chance. You know, it wasn't exactly set in stone. 1-7, we went to Afghan. We did our thing. We got in the firefights. We did good stuff. My buddies right in front of me fucking did the thing we all wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
And I came back and I'm walking through the exchange, and I'm walking like I'm fucking Superman.
Yeah.
And I'm on my phone, and some like whatever dudes are just like, oh, homeboy ain't paying attention. Oh, I'll get out of your way, huh? And they like walk around me, and I just like perk up.
Right.
Yeah.
I get all, I'm just like, he doesn't know what I've fucking done.
Yep.
And then I'm talking to my buddies, and they're just like, no one knows what you've done. Only you know what you've done.
And
also, is it even that big of a deal compared to what other people have done?
No one
and
gives
I was
a
just
shit.
like, no one gives a shit.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And same thing, San Ghetto. They got a gas station over there. And it's on my phone. Razor phone.
Those are sick, dude. I have 3 of those. I was trying to bring it back. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
And they're way too expensive. But like I was on my Razor phone and they were like, turn your fucking phone off at the pump. I was like, who the fuck do you think I am?
Yeah.
I'm like Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Who've I've
Rambo.
had on the podcast.
Rambo.
Yeah.
You didn't see the thing with the thing with the God. Rambo, just smack yourself.
Are you talking to Rambo?
No, I'm not talking about Rambo. Smack yourself. Just, God damn it, Rambo. You had Rambo with the
Cameron. I had Cameron on.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
No, we're good.
Rambo,
Cameron.
Cameron, same thing.
Rambo.
Okay.
Cameron Rambo.
Okay.
He dressed as Rambo.
Okay.
And Cameron was like,
Oh, yeah. So I don't like him.
Can I get your
like,
sweater?
I don't like that. I don't like the actor. Like, yeah, me and the other dude. He didn't get
Rambo,
it.
come on. Cut.
We're gonna do a redemption.
Alright.
They were hungover. I'll bring them back on.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. As you should bring us back.
No, I want to do this like next weekend. Honestly, like
I'm down.
yeah,
Okay.
this was great. I think we're at a stopping point though.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're talking in circles at this point.
We're looking at
Well-
cameras that aren't doing anything.
Hello, camera.
But the voices are there.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
those cameras, dude.
Yeah,
We're
fuck
talking
the
about each other.
yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll plan out a date. We'll get this going, and I can even bump them right next to each other, so it's like nothing.
Dude, we're in no rush.
Yeah, like nothing ever
Cheers.
happened.
Said Chinas?
What?
Does anybody have any Skittles? You guys want to meet my mom?
Skittles?
She's probably downstairs,
Let's do
and she doesn't like alcohol. So
Put this in there. Mom. Hello, Mom.
yeah.
Hi.
I'm an atheist.